Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 120. Joining me, as always, Daniel Neveroli.
What's up, gamers? Why did PUBG change its name to PUBG Battlegrounds? It is now PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Why is that?
Is that like really what it's called?
No, 100%. You go on Steam. I pulled it up on Steam. It says PUBG. There is no PlayerUnknown first. It is PUBG Battlegrounds. That is the new name. Awful.
That's horrible.
What an abysmal name. Awful name.
Now it's just that game's just horrible anyways.
That's a good game, but awful name.
I always thought it played really badly. Sims will be joining us soon. He had to go do some father things, rescue his daughter out of a cave or something. But joining us, our special guest, Abram Buhner.
Hi, I'm very excited. Right? You did, yes. I'm very excited to be here. Your audience will know me from the infamous best episode of your show, the holiday special, when I was here with Tucker, talking about Brink.
No, you missed this last year's holiday special.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna welcome you on the show for the first time, but you've been here before.
No, I'm here for my first proper episode, which I'm quite excited about.
Okay. Yes. Abram, of course, you are part of the Backlog Banter YouTube channel with Tucker,
I am, yeah.
Good friend Tucker. But I was Twitter stalking you a little bit. You do some other things as well.
Yes.
You're an editor of a magazine, and you also run a website, I believe.
Yeah. So I do many things. I'm the deputy editor at Ninty Fresh magazine. I got some of the art on the wall here. I'm also senior editor for Lost in Cult. We put out Lock On and a number of other secret projects. And I also freelance around for places like Boston Gamer. So yeah, you've regrettably probably heard of me a couple times. I'm hard to avoid. I got a call from my mom from my grandma who was visiting her sister, and at her sister's house, her son had a copy of a magazine with me in it. The point is, even people in the periphery of my life, unfortunately, have to read my writing. So
they didn't even know it was you at the time.
Just unfortunate.
It's just unfortunate for everybody involved, Daniel.
And then, of course, Backlog Banter. I think our audience will know that channel a little bit more. What have you guys been doing over there lately?
Oh boy, we've been doing a lot of stuff. We've been cranking on with Quest for the Bestest, our Oscar review series. We've been putting up some gaming content as the will has struck us. We're all kind of transitioning out of school right now, so it's been kind of a disaster scheduling wise. But we're getting back to it. We're starting to pump out those YouTube shorts because we really want views, and those get a lot of them. We've got a number of pretty cool projects planned, especially gaming projects. So you guys should stay tuned in the coming 3 months for when half of those maybe materialize. So
yeah, I very much enjoy your guys' movie reviews. So I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of movie reviews coming. Tanner and Tucker are going to do a lot. Top Gun Maverick coming very soon.
Busy summer, huh?
Busy summer.
Welcome to the danger zone.
I'm excited for Lightyear. That's coming out soon.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Thor: Love and Thunder looks great.
Bullet Train.
Summer for movies.
Yes, that movie surprisingly looks fun. I love Brad Pitt, so seeing him just beat people up. Yeah, please.
There's that new movie that just got a trailer with Chris Evans and who's the other guy in it? Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Gray Man.
Gray Man, that's it. That looks awesome. I think the Russo brothers are directing that.
Yeah, it's the Russo brothers, which is they know how to make a good movie.
And they also know how to make things like Cherry, so I suppose we'll see which side of the spectrum it lands on, but I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, I never saw that.
I never did either.
I didn't bother.
They used to direct the TV show as well. Was it Community?
Yeah. No, they did Arrested Development.
Arrested Development, that was it. Yeah,
wasn't it Arrested Development? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it wasn't Community, I don't think. I think Community was someone else. I could be wrong.
Regardless,
but I'm pretty sure Arrested Development was their main thing.
Sure, definitely. All right, cool. We'll get into the news now, guys. It's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah, it is.
Starting up then, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is launching later this year on October 28th. We also got a official short teaser trailer and a possible June 8th date indicating when we might see gameplay. If that was what that was hinting at. I'm not exactly
it's usually...
Daniel, you might know better than me.
Historically, their first big reveal is either during... It's during the NBA, so it's either during one of the conference final games or the finals. So we're coming up... with the 8th, that means it would be during the finals. The finals start, I think, the 2nd or the 3rd. So it'll be right around in the finals, I assume.
My expectation is that we will get something prior, but then we'll get a big blowout during the Xbox Bethesda showcase. I mean, why would you not have that can be prominently featured, especially without Bethesda's guns for the year? I mean, how about Activision, especially if you're still going to buy them, which all seems set to go. So that's where I expect gameplay.
Yeah, I would wonder with that if they, have the deal worked out with that, because obviously the purchase hasn't gone through yet with Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could even see that popping up at a PlayStation thing this year if that's still the deal, and Xbox hasn't officially purchased them yet. But I really have no idea where we'll first see gameplay of this.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I assume it's just the finals.
Yeah, you think so? I just feel like if you're gonna lock in this deal, you can probably get those rights. Who had the marketing rights for Vanguard? Was it PlayStation or was it Xbox?
Yeah, they've had the marketing since PS4.
Yeah, so that would be a Ghost level or Ghostwire Tokyo level annoyance if PlayStation gets the marketing for this game then too. But
I know that deal goes through 2025 of the marketing deal on the place. Yeah, so I don't know if Xbox would honor that.
Wrong.
Yeah. It's a strange place for Call of Duty to be in right now, I guess.
They seem willing to let PlayStation do whatever. I mean, with Deathloop marketing, with Ghostwire marketing, very open ecosystem. So you guys are probably right. I'm probably completely wrong, but also I'm not going to watch the NBA Finals. So if they want to show me gameplay, they have to bring it to E3 season. So no E3.
Yeah, Daniel, what do you mean by that? They just show like a trailer of gameplay during the commercials? Yeah.
Just like Thor. Like Thor was like, Game 4, Eastern Conference Finals, boom, halftime show. You're getting the official Thor trailer. They do that with Call of Duty. I think infamously, I think it was either Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 3. James Harden had a hat, and that was like the first teaser we got of the new Black Ops game, and it was like the logo on the hat, and he was just walking with it. So they, for some reason, Activision really likes the NBA playoffs, and they love marketing around that. So I'm assuming they would just keep that.
Those 20 million views they get in the finals probably help.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably more than that. I think these finals have gotten a lot of views, so it's probably closer to 40 million people or so.
Yeah, and then this teaser trailer we showed, nothing really in there. There was just faces painted on a weird shipyard thing. I don't know what that trailer was trying to do, but nonetheless, going to be cool. Big year for Call of Duty since this is the last year before they skip a year, because we know we're not getting a Call of Duty game in 2023. So I'd imagine they're going to go completely out for this one.
I think they kind of have to. I mean, Vanguard underperforms. You got, Modern Warfare 2019 is fantastic. That's the one that finally got me interested in the series, finally. And so I think they know that after being soft for a while, Modern Warfare 2 is the way to really get that pop again, which, they don't need it because an underperforming Call of Duty still overperforms most of the industry. But if you want to be in a position of strength in light of everything surrounding Activision Blizzard, you want to be big this fall. And I think they will be with this game.
Yeah, and I think they're going to keep that cadence that they did with Modern Warfare in 2019, with this being huge and have the multiplayer and support it for a few months. And then February, March, I think it was March, Warzone 2 will come out, just like Warzone 1 did in the spring. So they'll probably try to keep that same cadence. And then Warzone 2 is probably going to be huge. New engine, new map, probably, stuff like that.
Time is a flat circle. We're getting Modern Warfare 2 again, Can't believe it. All right, cool. Next up then, sticking in the Activision Blizzard group, a group of QA testers at Raven Software has officially voted to unionize. Raven is now the first AAA studio to unionize in North America. Guys, big deal here.
Yeah. I mean, this story has been ongoing with Raven for a long time now. It's finally come to a head, and it's really interesting to see. The union debate has been, going on forever. I think a lot of indies have tried it more than AAAs, but Abram, what do you think about this?
I think that I'm not smart enough to have an opinion on it, to be honest with you. I don't really know enough about these labor movements in detail to give any kind of useful commentary on it. So basically, I'm just going to be waiting for Rick Hogue to come back on Sacred Symbols Plus and tell me what I should think about it. Because it seems like a compelling and positive direction for the industry to move, but ultimately, I don't have a good enough knowledge of how unions really operate, especially in the context of an unproven industry for unions to know what's really going to happen. But I like seeing stuff like this happen. I like seeing studios like Motion Twin, who are employee owned, just kind of exploring different ways to, uplift your team and to distribute, money and rights and everything. So again, I don't know. I need somebody to tell me what to think. So
sure.
And that is not me. I couldn't tell you what to think either. But I think the industry will be watching this in a way, right? This will be the first union in a big AAA studio. So I think others, if it ends up good, will copy. If not, they won't. So certainly it'll lead to a better gaming industry at some point. But
it's no doubt, very consequential for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, unions are interesting because like a lot of people are against, a lot of people are for. I'm definitely more on the for side, but like, I think that people definitely need the option, and I think to give these studios the option to have it, because like right now they don't have the option. So I think that in that sense, I think we're moving in a good direction.
Yeah, I've been part of a couple of unions at a couple different jobs in my life, and they're basically just look out for the regular employee, whereas the top brass won't exactly look out for the employee. They're kind of looking out for their own skin. So it's a good thing in the jobs I've worked, but again, I'm working bullshit physical labor jobs. The video game industry. Who knows how exactly that'll play into it? Yeah, but nonetheless, good step forward. Sticking with Xbox, then, Keystone is the codename for Xbox Cloud Streaming Stick. I'm assuming this is their Roku type stick that's going to just plug into the TV.
Yeah, this literally
an announcement about this, Daniel?
No, but this story literally just dropped 30 minutes ago, if that. And this is coming from where is he from? Windows Central. This is Jez Corden in Windows Central. He just put out an article. I just added it recently. He basically just saying that they're still in the iteration forms of this this stick or dongle, whatever you want to call it. It's codenamed Keystone, apparently. And that's pretty much all I see. It's not anytime soon, so I doubt it'd probably be this year. If anything, I'd probably say they might be targeting next year. They're probably not really too worried about it. Their consoles are selling really well, so.
There's a really long quote from somebody in Microsoft in that Windows Central article that I found was interesting. They're not hiding that this exists. They're like, yeah, this is Project Keystone, but we're basically not ready to talk about it yet. Nonetheless, I think that this is going to be one of the most consequential things Microsoft ever releases, because ultimately it's sort of like this is the culmination of the direction that they're moving as a company. It is as close to eliminating hardware as you can get while still having a controller and something it interfaces with. Because ultimately it's all about the services. It's all about Game Pass. It's all about xCloud. And if they're able to make that pivot happen and people buy a lot of these things, that's going to be remarkably important for how this industry moves to being more like its peers, its entertainment peers, in terms of truly embracing streaming and moving away from dedicated hardware, which is probably a conversation to have when we know what Keystone looks like. But I'm a bit believer in where Xbox is moving, and this is an essential piece of it.
Definitely. I think we could definitely see a world where this is the future. There aren't traditional consoles anymore. You do just plug this little thing into your TV and there you go, bam, they're streaming right to you, just like Netflix would, stuff like that. And I almost thought that would happen this gen, but I guess maybe next gen we're kind of looking at that. I suppose streaming just needs to catch up, right? With internet providers and whatnot.
Especially in the United States. The United States internet is spotty at best. If you're in a big city, you're probably fine, but if you're not, you're probably not getting 1 gig.
But who wouldn't want this? Pick one of these up for what, like $100 and a controller, and bam, there you go.
That's what I was going to.
All the games through your TV.
Pose the question, like, how much should this cost for the more mainstream audience that Abram, you were kind of like mentioning, like this is the step that they're trying to pull them in. Like, how much do you think that it should even cost to bring them in?
I think it's got to be as cheap as Microsoft can possibly sell it for, because ultimately the idea, and I think this is more just like Phil Spencer posturing, but talking about the idea that eventually Xbox is just an app. It's not even this stick. That's where you need to get ultimately. You need people to just have to buy a controller and that controller comes with a monthly Game Pass, and that monthly Game Pass is registered directly onto your TV and you're playing. Because the utility of this stick is going to only be its ability to get you into the Xbox ecosystem because everybody has a smart TV. Doesn't matter if this thing can do multimedia apps, it doesn't matter. It just matters it can play Xbox games. So, yeah.
And your smartphone.
Yeah, so as cheap as this thing can possibly be, the better. I think $100 or less is a must.
Yeah, I mean, how cheap can you buy Roku nowadays, right? They're like 20
I was
bucks.
gonna even ask a Chromecast. How much is a Chromecast right now? So like under 80?
60?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Maybe 50. Yeah, like
I mean,
that.
They just get cheaper and cheaper, and I always see deals for those things.
Like that's kind of where they need to, I think like they need to target probably $50. I would try to get it as cheap and then maybe make money more on the controllers and the peripherals. Because a lot of people are still going to want to play on a controller. They're not going to want to use touch screens, stuff like that. So make money in that, and then just try to get it in as many homes as possible.
The only problem I would see with this is if a lot of people do end up buying this, say it comes out next year and they end up buying it, and then there are problems with the streaming, that might end up turning a lot of people off. And then even when streaming does catch up with technology and whatnot, that might turn them away still, in like 3-4 years from now.
Stadia.
Stadia's supposed to have pretty good netcode though, right? I've never used Stadia, but it's supposed to be pretty solid.
Yeah, but some people just still can't even play things, and it kind of turned a lot of people away. I was just making a joke.
Well, I think it's important to consider that angle though, because ultimately the goal is to talk to people who are not going to buy a system, and that's why I think really if you make it a little bit more expensive, but it comes with the controller, it comes with a couple months of the membership, comes with a thing in the box, you just plug it in and you're going. I think that's ideal, and to that market, a couple of drop frames is not going to matter really. And I think that what they're waiting for is, because we're already seeing xCloud be a lot bigger. There's so many games on Game Pass I can stream right from my Series X without downloading. So I think they just want to get that net code solid enough and that library big enough that you are effectively not having an inferior Xbox experience on Keystone opposed to Series S or something. I think that's probably the parity goal in terms of volume of content, not necessarily fidelity, because obviously streaming's not going to reach your 4K downloaded output. But if you get that same feature set and those same games for the most part, then I think you're in business.
It can be such a huge market too when you just have the Xbox app sitting next to Netflix, and people just click download, go in there, and just randomly play some games.
I mean, same with mobile. Once you get it to mobile, like you're getting the more Asian market that loves their mobile phones, and that's kind of, once you get that, then you just get way more people into that ecosystem.
Definitely. All right, cool. Certainly streaming is the future. Next up then.
Yeah.
Norman Reedus may have confirmed a Death Stranding sequel. In a recent interview, he said, let me do my best Norman Reedus voice.
Oh, go for it.
And then the game came. He's got such a deep, low voice. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. He said, and then the game came out and it just won all these awards and it was a huge thing. So we just started doing part 2 of that. Just basically straight up saying it there, Norman. Way to go.
Yeah, I guess. Like, see, this is a weird story because, like, he did what I think he thought he was making a sequel, but then it ended up being the director's cut, right? And then this could be like maybe he's just working with Hideo and he has no idea what he's making, and he just thinks it's another sequel to this to Death Stranding. But like,
him and Kojima posted some pictures together shortly after this interview came out. So
yeah.
And one was like Kojima swinging a bat over him, like he was in trouble. So maybe he did accidentally spoil this. No,
that was him. That was Kojima executing him after he said something.
Right.
Yeah.
With the Negan bat.
Yeah, the Negan.
I buy this. I think there'll totally be a Death Stranding sequel at some point.
Yeah.
You play that game and you can see all the different ideas in the game and how they could expand on those even more than they did in the first game. So I definitely think we'll see one at some point. I just don't know how far out this would be. I gotta imagine it's very far out because Kojima had to be working on something else this entire time. When did that game come out? 2019, right?
19, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been 3 years already. I'm assuming he's been working on a different game this entire time. And if they're just starting up production of the sequel, we're probably looking, 2026-ish for the sequel. If it is a real thing, I guess I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Abram, what do you think of this?
Um, I think that it is not a solid confirmation. I think that these people who are on the periphery of the industry probably don't really know it well enough to know what is necessarily going on. I think the language is very vague. Although I agree with you that it's very likely that we'll get a sequel to the game. Ultimately, I think that the only thing that stops the sequel from coming is Kojima working on other stuff that's more pressing, whether that's Silent Hills, whether that's one of these numerous rumored projects that he might have a hand in. I don't know. But I like the idea of Death Stranding being one and done, but is Kojima really going to want it to be one and done? I don't know. I mean, it's his first major IP under Kojima Productions. It is his new thing post Metal Gear. You probably want to flesh it out a little bit. So we'll see. This is as close to non-news for me as it could possibly be.
Damn
Yeah. I kind of buzzed out there for a second. I don't know what happened with my internet, but I think that like it's very interesting. Like I wonder if this is Death Stranding 2. Is he working on two projects at the same time? Would be my question. Like he is supposed to be still doing the Xbox project, and I doubt that this is also going to be on Xbox. So I don't know. Or is the Xbox one further away? Is Death Stranding 2, next
It
up?
definitely wouldn't. I believe PlayStation owns the IP, so I don't think there's any chance of that.
Yeah, so is he working on Death Stranding 2 right now and then the Xbox One after?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a very early pre-production thing going on here. I don't know why they would need Norman for that then exactly, but there's that rumored Xbox project that Kojima's working on, which all indications point to that's what's next for him. That's what he's been working on up to this point. So yeah, I mean, who really knows? I don't know. I just feel like at some point him and Kojima had a conversation and they were like, yeah, we're going to make a sequel to this. And Norman just went out there and told whoever he was having this interview with.
Yeah, the movie industry is not as secretive as the video game industry, which I hate that the video game industry is so secretive. So he's not really used to, I think, being as tight-lipped as, our industry is. So
plus, I don't think he's the type of guy to really give a shit if you tell him he can't say something, He's just going to say whatever.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know a lot of his like interviewing. But yeah, he has a history with Kojima. Maybe he's just in all of Kojima's games now. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
The other thing is, I just feel like he would be NDA'd out the fucking wazoo if this really was Death Stranding 2. Like, I don't think he would make a mistake like this if this was concretely the sequel to that game. Am I also right in thinking, Daniel, that Kojima Productions opened up a secondary studio somewhere?
I don't think so.
They moved studios recently.
They moved studios. Okay.
He shut his other studio and he got like a bigger studio. So I think they might be expanding. They might be on the verge of doing like an Insomniac where they're like split. Now they have 3 studios. So he might be trying to split to 2 to be able to do multiple projects. But right now I'm not sure that he did that. He is doing like some movie stuff as well. So that's taken some of his time.
Regardless, though, would you guys want a sequel to Death Stranding, and what would you want from that? Because personally, I did not like Death Stranding one bit. I popped the game in a little bit this past weekend just to remind myself what that game was all about. And I don't know. I just did not like the whole traversal system and stuff like that. So I would like to see them actually expand on all of that, make it deeper and stuff like that. I always thought it'd be cool if that game was like an actual like rock climbing simulator. Like, what if you were actually climbing this mountain? With like putting the pickaxe in and shit like that, or something like that, instead of just like using a ladder randomly and stuff like that. So I would like to see a sequel and then for them to flesh out those ideas. What about you guys?
I don't dislike it as much as you. I thought the game was just too bloated. There's just too many little quests. I just kind of wanted it to be a little more streamlined. If he can streamline a little bit more, I probably would like it more. I didn't really play all the what was it, the director's cut with all the crazy things he added. He had like kart racing or something. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what it is. With it being Kojima, I don't really care. I just want to see what it is. Like I'll check it out. Like Kojima's just he's the GOAT. So
if the game was literally 80% shorter, I'd be more compelled to play it.
Yeah,
I mean, there is just no reason for Death Stranding to be 50 hours long. I'm sorry, It doesn't make any sense for the game to be as big as it is. And it was the sort of thing where I played it for a couple hours, probably not more than 5 hours, and I thought to myself, like, I can't justify the time investment to see this one through based on what I've played so far. And then the director's cut made it longer. I'm like, we're going in the wrong direction
Didn't
here.
need that.
No, I get the appeal of the game. I think it's really subversive and interesting, but subversive and interesting in the face of kind of boring gameplay from my perspective was kind of a non-starter. So I don't even think I'd pick up a sequel.
I love the musical moments in the game. Those are
About it.
Roar. I don't even know who Little Roar is, but you know, they did really good with it. Whatever songs he chose.
Shout out to them, though.
Yeah, shout out to them.
All right, cool.
Oh, shout out! You know what the best part of Death Stranding is? You know what? One more thing. That the church's song.
Your controller.
No, the church's song. The baby crying in the controller.
I
didn't have that. I turned it off. I don't want that.
Oh, you turned it off. That's
yeah,
smart.
of course.
Turn
I don't want sound. What are you going to talk through your controller as well?
I mean, you could.
Luckily, the baby. It reminds me of the. Do you remember that the huge special edition that came with the actual baby, like the baby, like what do you call it? The fucking container, the jar. Yeah, the BB jar. Luckily, my girlfriend convinced me that it was weird and gross and I shouldn't buy it because I would have been out a lot of money.
You're gonna buy it.
She had to convince you of that.
She did.
He's like, his finger was on the button to click buy, and she's like, "No, don't."
That's weird.
Yeah.
I believe the statue actually had like a microphone in it and it cried.
Oh no! Now you need to buy it, Abram. You need to buy it and then like bring it to her. Like, guess what I got? BB.
All right. Death Stranding sequel. We'll see. Next up, then, Returnal is heading to Steam at some point, maybe this year.
Yeah, that may make sense especially if they're trying to like have more things to do this year, make some more money this year. If God of War's not coming out, so it'll fit on Steam. Maybe on Steam Deck. Steam Deck would be cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a good one for them to put on PC. I think this game, it got a good amount of attention, but I'm sure not the amount Sony would have liked. And obviously putting it on PC, opening it up to a whole new audience, this makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, this game's a real hoot. Pardon my language. It's
a hoot.
I think the most compelling PS5 exclusive. Maybe not the best, but I love its use of the DualSense. I love just the amount of crazy shit that can be happening in some of those fights. I think that the art direction is really strong. It's such an interesting game on a console that is a lot of super high quality, but nonetheless a lot of kind of iterative sequels. So I think the more people who can play it, the better. I'm not one of these people who thinks that Sony needs to lock down their IP solely to the machine. Day and date, I can understand being frustrated by it, but the game's been out for what? A year and change now? I think it makes sense.
A year and a month now.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
The game comes out this fall. It's been 18 months or so. I think that makes total sense.
Definitely. And they seem to be doing it quicker and quicker now, too. You know, Returnal was, like you just said, only last year. So that's got to be the fastest we've seen a game be ported to PC.
Yeah, that would not have been my guess for the next one, but
no, I would have thought Ghost of Tsushima.
That's what I was thinking. Ghost, or even maybe even the Uncharted like 1 through 3 collection, something like that. Yeah, Ghost would have been my guess, but guess not.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, I mean, I still think they need to get the update for like 60 frames, and then I can actually play that game.
I think we'll get both of those at the same time, probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
A sort of Legacy of Thieves deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do a Bloodborne thing like that.
Yeah.
And Legacy of Thieves is sometime in July on PC. I know.
Okay.
That's what got leaked. So that'll be next, and probably Returnal this year as well. Yeah.
We should note Returnal is in the Nvidia leak. Returnal on PC is in that.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah. The list of games that definitely aren't real, and you definitely shouldn't worry about the leak because it definitely wasn't a big deal. That
90% of them have been confirmed by now.
Yes.
The best one in that was Kingdom Hearts 4. No one thought that was a real thing when they announced it. Good old NVIDIA. Okay, cool. Next up then, Sony has announced 2 new TV shows, a Horizon television show coming to Netflix, and a Gran Turismo show with no... what do you call those things? no place for it yet. It's not on your Hulu, not on your Amazon, not on Netflix
yet. The Horizon one's rumored. The Horizon was rumored. I think I saw Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix for Horizon, and we don't know if it's animated or a live action show. Yeah. No details yet.
Hopefully, they all just need to be animated. I know that they're not all going to be animated.
None of them are, right?
Yeah,
at least on PlayStation side. So
yeah, at least the Last of Us and then the Twisted Metal are probably not. So maybe they'll do the God of War thing. Might not be either. Who knows?
Doubt it.
They're just.
With Horizon though, specifically, I thought this was only a matter of time before they made a movie or a TV show out of Horizon. I thought the world is so prime for that. I think you could do a show completely without Aloy even in it. In the Horizon world, there's so much lore and stuff there that there's a lot to dig into in a television show. Abram, what are you thinking about this?
I'm thinking that the Andor trailer just came out, so my mind got distracted. Star Wars Celebration is happening.
Snap. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's happening as we're talking the Lucasfilm panel. But TV shows that are relevant to our programming here, they don't compel me necessarily, but I'm also not a huge series guy personally. But I think that it's smart that PlayStation is expanding this way in light of successes like Uncharted. Which I thought was okay. I don't think it's exceptional, but as a starting point, I think that they could build a really nice, I hate to say it, but like a quasi cinematic universe for PlayStation stuff. Gran Turismo makes less sense to me, although I think it could be quite compelling. Like I went back home for a little bit, and my sister's gotten big into F1, and Netflix does this show for F1 where they talk about the drivers and the races and everything. So they could do like a cool like pseudo documentary in the style of these other popular programs. Like I think there's room for. It's basically just a show about cars and drivers.
Like Top Gear, like a Top Gear type thing.
Yeah, they could do all kinds of stuff like that. So I think there's room to maneuver there. But I'm far more interested in the idea of a Horizon show, not necessarily because of the content of the show, but just because of how important this IP has become in such a short amount of time. Zero Dawn sells 20 million copies. And then we see, boom, time for a sequel. Then, hey, what's the flagship piece of software on a new VR headset? Horizon again. What's getting the Lego merchandise? Horizon again. What's getting one of these premiere TV shows? Horizon. I think soon Nathan Drake, if he's not already been dethroned as the most contemporary face of PlayStation by Aloy, he's going to be, because this is clearly the marquee.
I think he was with the first Horizon, because they kind of not sunsetted him, but they kind of sunsetted him with 4 in 2016. Sure. So I think that he's already slowly faded. I think even like Jin Sakai is also that they need more things with Jin, but I think they could probably set Jin up to be another big face. But like I think Aloy after the first one, they really wanted her to be a big face for the series. I would like just to keep Ashley Birch as Aloy. That's why I would want it animated, because I don't think that Aloy is nearly as compelling as a character without the performance of Ashley Birch. So I don't really want it. Some other actress. They could get like Ygritte from Game of Thrones. She has the look and shoots.
Everyone's saying her or the girl from Solo. I forget her name.
Oh, Emilia Clarke?
No, not Emilia Clarke. The one, the red hair girl from Solo. She was like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the little girl, yeah.
Yeah, the little girl, yeah. One of those two. That's what everyone's saying, fan casting. So I don't know. If it is live action, I don't know who they'll go with. I would like an animated, though, for this as well. I think it's just going to cost so much money if you make a live action version of this with the robots and stuff like that. And like, what if it looks bad? You don't want to watch a show with those robots looking janky and whatnot. I don't know. I would prefer an animated, especially on their Netflix, because they've done a great job thus far with their animated video game series. Arcane and Cuphead and stuff.
Don't forget Castlevania.
Oh yeah, Castlevania, the best one.
And yeah, we've got that Cyberpunk show coming, right? Pretty soon on Netflix.
Cyberpunk show. Should be getting a full trailer for that sometime soon.
Yeah, I think it's this year.
I think the problem is that these animated shows are for dorks like us, and I don't think that's who PlayStation is necessarily targeting with this programming. Like, you bring Last of Us to HBO and get all this prestige behind it because you're trying to get the non-gamers to really vibe with it. I am not necessarily sure how many non-gamers watched Castlevania, and if non-gamers did watch it, they're probably anime fans, and we're all in the Venn diagram of of dweeb, right? But I
For
think
sure.
they're trying to get like my dad to watch these shows,
Like
and
the
he will
Witcher
watch.
audience,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's who they're looking for.
So I
is,
think
like,
live action is the route.
yeah, they just snap that, like Witcher. There are plenty of people that don't even play the games and just watch The Witcher. So I think that's just the power of the actual service itself. So it has so much reach. So yeah, that's exactly what they're doing for sure.
It probably will be live action. I just then worry about how it's going to look and the amount of money Netflix wants to put.
You
into
have to
it.
have a lot of money for that,
A lot.
or not, and it just looks
Or
not as good, and you don't see as much of the robots. That's probably
maybe
what
we just build real robots.
sure.
I mean, you kid, but the dream situation is that they don't have a lot of money for their show. They have a lot of money, and we pull like a George Miller Mad Max Fury Road, and we got like practical effects on these guys, and we're
Sick.
building some of these dinosaurs. It'd be so expensive.
As long as the guy with the guitar comes back, I'm good.
Oh sure,
Yeah.
what a great movie.
Yeah, that movie's
was a great
awesome.
movie.
I love that movie.
All right, cool. PlayStation going in on their TV and movies still.
Yeah.
They got a bunch in the works now. Yeah, the
So I
Ghost
think like
Tsushima
8 of them.
movie, 8 of them. God of
Something
War
like
now. God of War at
Twisted
Amazon.
Metal.
Twisted Metal. Last of Us. Probably getting an Uncharted sequel at some point. So PlayStation is all in on this.
Mm-hmm. Every IP that they have will probably have something, I assume. They did that Ratchet movie,
Oh yeah,
The one everyone loves.
the one that everyone loves. Yeah.
I failed. I only watched that through the game, because they just put all the cutscenes for the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's so funny. It is literally, you can tell when it is like rendered like CGI cutscenes for the game, or literally just chunks of the film, because it'll pop up and say like screen recording is not available during this time, and it looks completely different, and they literally just rip the movie for the game. It's so weird.
Weird call. I guess video games based off movies used to always do that, right? Like I remember the Lord of the Rings games back in the day. They used to just show you a cutscene from the movie in the middle of the game.
I even think about Star Wars Battlefront 2, the 2005 one, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Like that game's fucking awesome. But that 5.0 first mode just uses clips of the films. It's become a lot less.
It's like every time you'd start up a match, right?
Yeah, it's so much less prevalent now. I think probably for the better, because it is kind of jarring. It's nowadays especially, but there is such. I'm sure that there was such synergy between the Spider-Man films and Spider-Man PS4. I'm sure there's a lot of cross-pollination in terms of one motivated sales for the other. And if Sony owns both pieces of that puzzle, I'm sure they want to do it again with Uncharted and with Horizon and everything. So make the money.
I can see that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, they're into that like transmedia with their IPs and stuff. So you could see they've been doing a lot of comics as well. Like I think they're just trying to kind of dip their toes everywhere.
Is there any you guys would want to see that they're not currently making?
No, I just want the games.
No.
Yeah, I agree. I Order 1886 might be the only one. I would love to see that. That world deserved more than it got, because
I never played the game.
It deserved a better game than it got, for sure. The trailers were cooler than the game.
That is true.
The trailer was cool.
But you can get the game for if you get the game for like $5 on sale, you can beat it in like 2 sittings. It's worth trying.
Okay,
that is worth.
Maybe I will.
It's only like 6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Jack and Daxter thing, something like that.
Didn't
in a
Tom Holland
needed setting, not live action?
Yeah.
Tom Holland said something about that him playing Jack. But,
I think he said
as
that.
hilarious as that be, I don't know if I'd want that.
Well, are they gonna do like take everything that they're doing and then they're gonna do like the PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale movie, and it's gonna be everyone comes together. It's gonna be a huge movie.
Outsells Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, it's that they all come through portals, and it's like they're gonna take Portals the song, and they're gonna have them all fight.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah,
play that. Get Sackboy in there. Where's my Sackboy movie?
Well, it's gonna be Astrobot playing Sackboy.
Ooh, that's a good call. Good call. All right. Well, we look forward to that. Next up, Stray may be releasing on July 19th, according to who's this according to, Daniel?
There was like a leak or something.
Oh, okay.
Taiwanese rating board, I believe.
With a July 19th release date in the PlayStation backend. Okay, cool. There you go.
Yeah, somebody saw some things, and they already said it was supposed to come out this summer. So boom, July makes sense. I mean, this game wasn't supposed to come out last year, and then they delayed it. So
Yeah, this game has been long in the making. I believe this was first revealed at the PS5 reveal event. So
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
been a while.
Give me the kitty.
Daniel the kitty. Okay, Abram, you excited for this game?
Yeah, I am excited for this game. It's Annapurna, right? I believe.
Yeah, they published it.
Yeah, and they just put out the hits. So I am quite compelled by the idea of this one. I'll risk my PlayStation 5 playing it because I really am compelled by this idea. I love cyberpunk, but I just think that we see so much of the same type of cyberpunk, which is why I'm playing through Lego Star Wars for Ninty Fresh for review right now. But when I'm done, I know Daniel, you didn't like it that much, but I want to try Citizen Sleeper.
I like it. Oh,
Citizen Sleeper, yeah. Because I like the idea of taking this aesthetic and doing different things with it. So like the idea of being a cat in a cyberpunk world, kind of like poking around, that sounds awesome. I would love to play that.
Who doesn't want to be a cow with a backpack? I mean, like that's gold. Like it's literal
right
gold.
there, you know?
You're printing money. It's just
Game of the year.
backpack cat. Come on, best character this year already.
Yeah, I'm very into this game as well. When we found out it was a 3D platformer with like puzzle elements, I was like, oh, I'm all in. You play as a cat, let's go.
That movement better be good though. If I don't feel good moving this cat around, it's gonna be disappointing.
Oh, of course it's gonna feel good. You're a cat.
I mean, of course. I don't know. There's some games that just don't.
That game was held back because it was a DLC to fucking what was that game? 3D World.
3D World.
Yeah, could have been better.
Held back.
There was no triple jump in that game, something like that, or you can do like the backwards jump. I don't know. A bunch of traditional Mario jumps were out of that game, and that's what made it feel weird.
I like the long jump. I always do the long jump.
Maybe it was that one that was missing. I don't know. I can't remember now.
The one where he goes
that in
like,
middle school.
wahoo! He like, dude, I don't know the movement. he like jumps forward.
He just
You've got
flails his
it.
arms like that.
Yeah, he does that. He goes like this, and then he like jumps forward.
He does a dive forward.
Okay, it looks weird when he does it.
Next up, then, the Callisto Protocol is Game Informer's next cover story. With that, we got some new screenshots of the game, some details of how combat will work, and some information of the game's connections to the PUBG lore. The game is still scheduled to release sometime this year. We'll see about that. I don't know. With no gameplay shown, I'm not entirely confident this game will actually hit this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean they left Sledgehammer a long time ago at this point. I forget the name of the studio that Glenn Schofield, whatever this is, but he and the other guy left Sledgehammer a long time ago. So they've been working on something since then, or working on this since then, I assume. Yeah, they've been showing a lot of stuff. Like I saw a little clip of Josh Duhamel doing mocap for the main character. So they're doing some mocap with him. I'm not sure how long ago that was, or if he's doing the mocap now. If you're doing the mocap now,
a well-known actor or something.
You don't know Josh Duhamel?
I do not.
Captain Lennox from Transformers.
Yeah, he's the white guy from Transformers. He's the army guy. It was him and Tyrese. You remember?
Oh, in the first Transformers? Okay.
Yeah, so they were in the first few.
The main army guy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Josh Duhamel. He's just around. He's just kind of a C-list actor. But he was in Call of Duty World War II. He was like your person in command above you. So I guess he has history doing games. So yeah, I hope it comes out this year. I think it'd be nice for them to come out before Dead Space. They probably don't want to come out around the Dead Space remake.
Maybe you do. Just compete directly with that. Be like, hey, ours is better,
Yeah, I think he had a quote. I think Glenn Schofield had a quote this past week too, and he's like, he feels a little weird that he has nothing to do with the remake itself, which is interesting.
Abram, you excited for this?
No, it's just not my thing. I do need to play Dead Space, the original games. That's on my. Yes, I actually want to play all three. I know the third one's more action oriented, but I mean, I
like the third more than most people. I think the third gets a lot of hate, but it's good.
I just want to play those games. I want to especially play one before the remake, because these are like Resident Evil 4 tier survival
Yeah.
horror games, from what I understand. So they're on my radar. Callisto Protocol is, I don't know. I want to focus on that core first. So maybe someday.
Does Glenn does his involvement have any? Does it entice you at all?
No, if I was like, there are so many just cool, like, names that are floating around doing
That's
stuff.
true.
Like Jade Raymond, like she's making a PlayStation game. That's cool, but what's she making? You know, at a certain point, it's like, big names are big names, and that's neat. But what do you attach to? There's so many games fighting for my time that unless your name is like Kojima, or you know, you're one of those top tier auteur creators, I don't know.
I think Glenn's up there just because of Dead Space 1 and 2, but like
Sure.
he's definitely not Kojima for sure.
Yeah, I will say for people who are really vibing with that genre, obviously, Callisto Protocol, a huge deal. But on the outside, it's going to take a strong force to pull me into survival horror. And pretty much only Resident Evil does that.
This is why
Yeah.
I wish we got gameplay, just so I could get an idea of what this game actually is. He's not shying away in the article from it being a Dead Space like. You know, he's very much saying like this is inspired by Dead Space. It's pretty much a spiritual successor to Dead Space. I just wish we got that gameplay so I can know what I'm getting into first.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get it at Key 3, Lee, 100%.
You think so?
Yeah,
What did you call it?
I'll say it one more time. We're gonna get it at Key 3, Lee.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. I like that a lot. Am,
I said
Trademark
that.
term,
I
Keely.
keep saying that, the Key 3, Lee. So
Someone will
Yeah,
pick up
it's-
on that.
it's
Am I
definitely,
correct?
Go ahead.
Am I correct in thinking that Callisto Protocol is in the PUBG universe?
Yeah,
It is. Yeah, he was talking about it in the article a little bit. There's connections to the PUBG lore in this, but it's like a distant future from PUBG. I guess it's like 300 years after those events.
Yeah, actually,
whatever
actually,
the events are in PUBG. I guess I don't
Let
know.
me go
You and
back
100
here. I
people
think-
jumped in on an island. That's the lore.
I think it says it here somewhere. Like I remember seeing it. I think it was 100 years. I could be. Yeah, you play
Nonetheless,
as
I don't know why you'd want to be in the PUBG universe. You know, I guess
That's really weird.
yeah, I understand the company is they're the ones publishing it. What's the PUBG
That's-
developer
that's
name,
why.
Daniel? Aren't they just called PUBG?
It's like Bluehole or something.
Blue
The
Hole?
name they're the
Great name.
ones that be publishing. The name of their company, which I see now, is Striking Distance Studios,
Striking
which
Distance,
I
okay.
remember now. The character you play is Jacob Lee, which I forgot what the name was. Where I thought I saw it somewhere. I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's
I don't
okay.
see. Yeah, I want to say it was 100 years.
Okay, so yeah, it's. I think it's just gonna have very vague connections to the PUBG lore, and that'll probably be it. But who knows?
Yeah, it's not gonna like Player Unknown isn't going to be like the like big corporation owner. He's not gonna be like Wayland Utani, you know, like that's not gonna be Player, you know.
Sure.
It's just gonna be loosely connected.
Season 3 confirmed for February 2023.
Ooh, that's early.
That quickly. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
amazing.
Okay. Cool.
Amazing.
I wish they could have got it out this year then, but whatever. I would have thought like next summer for that. That's awesome. Any news on Ahsoka yet? Feel free to stop the show if there's Ahsoka.
If I hear
Yes.
Ahsoka, please tell me.
I will let you know. So far, nothing, but the panel is still rolling.
If they
And
drop the Jedi Fallen Order 2 trailer,
That's what I was gonna say.
We're
That's what I'm
changing this
checking
whole
for.
show. Okay,
But
cool.
I think the panel is only Lucasfilm right now. I don't think this
Right
is a
now,
Lucasfilm
okay.
Games panel. I think that's different.
Maybe
So
tomorrow
tell me,
we'll get that.
tell me when Vince Sampella steps on the stage, grabs the mic, and says, "Hold on 1 minute," and then he shows the trailer. That's
Or,
what-
That's
or how about when we turn the camera around and Vincent Pell is just like sitting in the crowd and we go up to him with a microphone.
it's Andrea Renee is in there with Vince Sampella. Oh my god, I'd love that so much. What a
I
great
like
way to reveal the
He
game.
wasn't prepared for that at the
Yeah.
time. And Andrew Renee just went there, put a mic in his face. Hey, you want to
Love
announce your
that.
Star Wars game?
Love that so much.
All right,
Oh
cool.
my god.
A lot of Star Wars news happening right now. Big day, big day. Next up, then, the upcoming stealth adventure game, Lord of the Rings Gollum, is officially launching on September 1st, later this year.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch it, but I think there was some gameplay there too, wasn't it?
there was like some snippets of gameplay in the middle of that. It's very I don't know. There's like some parkour going on here mixed with stealth elements. It's
yeah,
I
they said
don't
there was no.
understand why this game's being made, if I'm being honest, but
I think they said
you
there was
know.
no combat, right?
Very light. Like I saw you could take down enemies, but it's very hard to take down enemies. They didn't actually show that on screen, but that's what they said. So I don't know. I don't know who wants to play a game as Gollum. Daniel, do you?
I think it could be compelling. I think the plot needs to be there in the story. Like, I want more Lord of the Rings games, anyways. So, if you tell me I could beat Gollum, and maybe this could somehow tie into what he was doing right before the trilogy, that sounds really cool to me. I just don't know if this is going to be a good game or not.
They did confirm that this game will officially be canon. So
that's cool. That's cool.
I guess,
So they're gonna get like Elijah Wood to be there, or
Gandalf is in it.
Is it Ian McKellen's Gandalf?
I don't think so. No, they showed like concept art of him, and it didn't look like him. So I don't know if it's canon to the books or the movies. I'm not sure. Abram, you a big Lord of the Rings guy?
No, not really. I like Lord of the Rings. I think it's very cool. But I've only seen the movies one time. It's just I already love too many like big franchises. You know what I mean? Like, do I really need another one?
You do need.
You can't love them all. You can't love them all.
You can't love them all.
Pick and choose.
No, you don't. You can love as much as you want.
Especially not
enough love to go around.
No, especially not for high fantasy. What do I look like, a fool? What are you,
a nerd? No, come on. There goes Daniel. He's gone. Okay, great. We got him out. That's all I wanted.
But yeah, I don't know. I think
I will kill both of you.
Damn,
with my lightsabers.
Double lightsabers.
Oh god, those are so badass.
I can't hear you. I couldn't hear you, but I will kill you with my lightsabers.
Here's what I will say. I will round up and throw every physical copy of Middle-earth Gollum into a volcano in exchange for a all expenses paid trip to Galaxy's Edge to build my own lightsaber.
I almost did that. So I guess we'll do a quick little story mode, or little story time. Right before the pandemic in February, I went to Disney to go do that. That was a trip I went to go do that, but they were so booked out. They were like a month ahead. I would have needed to do it ahead of time, like plan out, because you have to have like an appointment. I didn't know that.
Crazy.
So I went there to do it, and they were like, "Oh, you need an appointment." And I was like, "So this one I got for Christmas. This is Obi-Wan's saber, as you can see.
That.
Got this for Christmas. But then when I was there, I'm like, I'm not leaving Disney without a lightsaber. So this is the Anakin saber I got from Disney.
Nice.
Ooh.
This says you can remove the blade. This one you cannot. But yeah,
that's so cool.
Those are badass.
And I will kill you if you hate Lord of the Rings. I will kill you.
I like the movies. They're cool.
With my saber.
I did not like the Hobbit movies. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I saw one of them in theaters, and I was like, I don't really like the Hobbit that much. So
yeah, I was not into those. This game, though, I don't know. I don't know who this game's for. It just it is not appealing to me whatsoever. I guess I am not a stealth guy at all, so that probably has something to do with it. But
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of. It looked like there was like narrative choices maybe you'll make too. So
like, why not make like an Aragorn game or something like that? Or like Gandalf himself. I don't. It's just like Gollum. Why the fuck would I want to play as Gollum?
I mean, just play as like just a ranger, right? I mean, I guess you do that in the Shadow games, but yeah, I'm interested just because I like Lord of the Rings.
Sure. The art style too weirds me out of this game.
He looks awful.
Yeah, he looks terrible. The big eyes. I mean, I suppose he always has those traditional big eyes, but I don't know. Something with that art style just rubs me the wrong way.
They should have just made him look more like Andy Serkis's version.
Yeah,
that's what they needed to do.
All right, cool. Next up then, April 2022's video game NPD numbers have come out. I'm going to go over them. We're a little bit behind on this one since these came out on May 13th. I don't know why no one was talking about them when they actually came out, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wait for you. I wait for you.
Yeah, you do wait for me traditionally on that. I just don't remember anyone talking
I don't look at them until we talk about it. I don't
There's pretty big news here anyways. We'll go over them. Top 20. You guys can stop me whenever if there's something that catches your interest. Number 20, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Where are we? Number 19, Madden NFL 20. 2K22. 16, Animal Crossing New Horizons. 15, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. 14, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. 13, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
That game was 2 years old.
Coming back. It was number 22 the month before, so I don't know. Maybe it was on sale or something.
Yeah, people just want to play a different Call of Duty that I guess isn't Vanguard, so they're just buying that one.
Number 12, FIFA 22. 11, Minecraft. 10, Pokemon Legends Arceus. 9, Gran Turismo 7. 8, Mario Kart 8. It was also 8 the month before, and it was 8 the month before that.
People need to stop buying this game. I don't care about the DLC. Stop buying the game.
It's just locked in at the 8th spot. You know?
I just want a new one. It's all I want.
You'll never get it. Number 7, Horizon 2 Forbidden West. 6, Call of Duty Vanguard. 5, a new one, Nintendo Switch Sports. To be in number 5. Daniel, I know you were expecting big things from that.
In terms of sales, I was, yeah. But we'll see where it is the end of the year. It's not as high as I was expecting it to be for its launch month, so we'll see.
This is a Super Mario Maker 2 situation in which Nintendo had a big thing on their hands and they fucking bungled it. I mean, this game should have been number 1 based off of the brand recognition of the Nintendo sports, based on the environment of the Switch right now. It should have been huge, but the game has no content and it did not get pushed hard enough. It is a budget release in every sense of the term. So 5 is probably solid for it.
What's the price for it too? It's
$40.
It's a cheaper release too. Yeah.
So you just think they weren't marketing this game enough? I wasn't really paying attention to the overall aspect of this game.
It just felt very perfunctory. It felt like, okay, here's this sports game, go buy the sports game. And I think on face value, a lot of people did, but ultimately this should be a new tentpole title in the system for the casual market that is so clearly making up a big demographic of Switch owners right now. But ultimately it's like you ship with 6 sports, you're promising golf down the line. It was not content rich enough to motivate a bigger push. It really felt like, okay, we need a fuller calendar, so here's this title, which is just it's Mario Maker 2 all over again.
I just wonder with this game if people care enough, because I don't remember Wii Sports Resort selling that much either. You know, I don't remember that being a big thing back in the day. And then this isn't like a workout game either. You know, like what's the workout game on Switch? Ring Fit. Yeah, like that sells huge because it is a workout game. I don't know. This doesn't have that same appeal, and then there's other things like this on Switch that are a better version of this. Well, at least I'm assuming. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the mass appeal of this game is. Maybe they should have stuck with calling it Wii Sports, you know?
No. I think Switch Sports is a fine name.
That would have confused everyone.
I just think that Nintendo's just in a... I'm sorry, Abram. I just think Nintendo is like in a weird, like, trying to rush games out that are not complete. I mean, they've done this to multiple games that I've been excited for. So I just think that they're just wanting more content, and it's just they're going for more and not content complete games.
So I agree with you. I will say, sidebar, I was just double checking it. Wii Sports Resort sold 33 million copies, and that game was not bundled into anything.
Really?
That was
itself sold that much? Wow.
Yeah. It's a game with a real significance to people who are outside of it. It's beloved within the hardcore Nintendo circles, so there's so much content in Resort and so much to do, but just the general Nintendo acknowledging audience, the casual player, has a lot of interest in this brand. Like, I brought the game home and I was playing with my girlfriend, who is a casual gamer at best, and she kept calling it, Wii Sports, for instance, because it is a touchstone in people's heads, the way that a Minecraft would be, or the way that a GTA is, or something. And so, in an environment where you got a game like Ring Fit Adventure selling 13 million copies, where you have this casual audience here, you got to capitalize on it. And I think the problem is what Daniel is saying. Nintendo has this feeling that they can do the games as a service model for anything and it'll work like it did for Splatoon, but it didn't. And it hasn't. It's really only worked with Splatoon. Didn't work for ARMS, it didn't work for Mario Golf, it barely worked for Mario Tennis, and it didn't work here. You got to ship more content complete, and you have to believe in these games more than a couple YouTube ads. I think Nintendo is just coasting a little bit too much on the overwhelming success of the Switch in general, releasing incredible games here and there, but for the most part, it's like we gotta goose it up. It
really feels like they've been coasting since launch year, to be honest. Like, they've had some big releases like Ultimate, like Smash Ultimate, but man, like the more I get away from the launch year, it's like I just feel like I don't really know what Nintendo's been doing.
Yeah, I know me
personally.
personally, it's like one game a year, if that, on Switch, where I'm like really amped and looking forward to it. You know, like even Kirby, which I haven't even picked up yet. I was looking forward to that game, but that didn't even compel me enough to pick it up, at least right now. And then the rest of this
It's
year,
worth
I guess this year's okay because we do get hopefully Bayonetta 3 and stuff like that. Splatoon 3 is going to come out and stuff, but yeah, they definitely need to pick it up on the first party side, I think.
It's just too big of a range because every year has had a number of very important titles. I mean, even last year we had Dread, which was a huge revival for the
Yeah.
series, and we had Monster Hunter Rise, and we had No More Heroes, WarioWare, all kinds of stuff. There's not a lack of content. There is a lack of content at a high level of quality across every pillar, across the presentation, the fidelity, the amount of content, everything like that. The absolute S tier Switch software, in my opinion, is a lot smaller than a lot of people think it is. But just because it's a victim of comparison. I mean, Wii Sports Resort, incredible local multiplayer game, tons of content, huge sales, and then this just it's a shadow of that. Nintendo's trying to use the name to motivate it, but I've wasted too much time talking about Nintendo on your program.
No,
So we should
I,
move up the MTB list.
I love Nintendo, so
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just
Many
think that
thoughts about the
Nintendo is
Switch.
just it's a weird system. They're in a weird era, and they're just selling, so they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. And I in a weird way, I would love to have seen a Nintendo where the Switch didn't succeed as well as it has, because I would like to have seen where they would have pivoted to.
I think you're right. I think Nintendo's at their best when they are losing but have a route forward. What I mean is not the Wii U. It was fucked. There was no saving it. But you think about something like 3DS, you think about how they slashed the shit out of the price and they had all those compelling pieces of software. And a Nintendo that has to fight for its position is a Nintendo that's really, really interesting. Happened with GameCube. Get the Capcom 5, get all these interesting exclusives. Happened with 3DS, right? These systems are their most interesting. When they're just winning all the time, they let off the gas, and then we get Kirby once in a while, and it's awesome. And then we get Mario Golf, and we get Tomodachi, or what is it, Miitopia, and we get
Miitopia,
Switch Sports. Yeah. And it's like, you're not putting your all into all these games. Just give me Star Fox, and I'll stop complaining. That's the bottom.
What about you want Star Fox the Grand Prix? That's what you want, right?
Oh my god, I won't stop talking about that game.
Oh, I would have killed for that. Where is that? You know, that had to be damn near done, and they just canceled it for no reason. You know, because what was what was the developer's name that they
Retro Studios.
Retro, yeah, they had to be because they haven't put out a game since that last Donkey Kong game, so they had to be damn near done with that Star Fox game, and then for whatever reason, just pulled it.
The rumor is that it was never real, and that it was like a yeah. The rumor, Jeff Grubb reported about this and deleted the reporting. But, so what that means, we don't know. But there was people saying that there were so many leaks coming out of Nintendo that they were just planting things and seeing what surfaced, and then using that to cut people off.
Oh,
interesting.
Well, maybe they should think about actually making that game then.
God, that I would love that. Star Fox 64 is my favorite game of all time, and Retro Studios is so good. So
I just wonder what happened then. What has Retro been working on that entire time?
Well, they said that they did the collection, right, to like say, hey, we can make 4. Was the rumor was that they made the Prime Trilogy collection to they updated it to say, hey, Nintendo, yeah, let us work on 4, and that's kind of, I think, how they supposedly had gotten the go ahead to make 4, but we don't know.
I think people forget that Retro Studios has a very uneven track record. I mean, they had a lot of shit canceled on them back in the day, like a lot of shit canceled on them. They're known for Prime, they're known for Donkey Kong, but they hemorrhaged a lot of talent on the way to today from Prime and everything. So between the cancellations, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't doing a whole hell of a lot between Tropical Freeze and now, which is too bad. Or they did something like Prime Trilogy HD, as you're saying, which got canceled or shelved or what have you. Who knows? But they weren't doing Star Fox Grand Prix, and I'll never not be mad about it.
Yeah.
Sounded so cool, too. There was a bunch of details of that. It's just so weird that was a fake game. Oh, well. Okay, we look forward to what Retro's doing next. Continuing on then with the MPD numbers. Number 4, speaking of Nintendo, Kirby in the Forgotten Land. It was number 3 last month. Outsold the Switch Sports game, so certainly Kirby's solid.
Can I say one more thing real quick? I'm surprised the Horizon is so low. I didn't mention it earlier. I kind of thought that they would stay at least top 3 for a while. Like, I mean, we're what, a few months out? Yeah. Like, Like this is their
February.
biggest.
What was this? This is April. So
yeah, it's only a few months. I just figured that Sony would just be pushing real hard for this game in particular. Like this is their big product.
Well, they did just bundle it right with
Yeah.
the PS5 bundles coming out now. So who knows? Maybe next month it'll get a big bump.
That's true. Maybe we'll see.
Does NPD report multi platform games as one entry? What I mean is, like, is that number there just PS5 or just PS4? Could that be splitting
This
its
is
position?
PS4 and PS5. Yeah,
Okay.
they'll report it as just one entry. The one thing they don't do is for Nintendo games, they don't report their digital sales numbers. So
yeah, I think it's Nintendo
games are higher than what they are.
I think it's Nintendo and 2K. I don't think I don't think or Take-Two. I don't think Take-Two reports.
You're right. Yeah, Take-Two is
digital.
Well, so.
Yeah.
Tiny
so
Tina's is probably a little bit higher than what it says.
Same with NBA. NBA is probably slightly higher too.
Yeah, exactly. Number 3 then, MLB The Show 22.
Look at that.
A little bit from number 4 the month before. So selling strong.
Yeah, I mean the season's going. That game's gonna keep selling right now.
Definitely. Number 2 then, Elden Ring. Gotta talk about it. I also want to point out that Elden Ring is now the highest selling game in the last 12 months. So it has outsold Call of Duty Vanguard.
Crazy.
Very impressive.
Already. Yeah. Crazy. This is the underdog of the year, I guess. You know, I guess you can't really call it an underdog anymore. But once again, I was not expecting Elden Ring to sell this high.
I think you can call it an underdog, like in kind of retrospectively, like. People didn't expect it to be this well, right? So I'd still say you can call it an underdog, but now it's just a monster. So
yeah. And then your number 1 for this month, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and it is the number 6 selling game it's the number 2 selling game of this year thus far, and number 6 in the last 12 months. So this game sold extremely well.
Yeah,
Daniel?
Did they already say like, yeah, this game is like the best-selling Lego game of all time or something?
Yeah,
crazy.
Number 2 already. So it outsold
number two.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. It outsold.
Oh no, I meant all Legos.
Horizon.
Legos.
Yeah. I think it's. They said it's the 6th highest selling Lego game already.
Oh, the 6th. Okay, I thought it was much. I thought it was number 1. Okay, it might get there, but crazy. I like the game. It's not like a great. I think it's really solid 8 out of 10. Like you just have a good time. But good for that game.
Look at his Lego thing. Oh wow, he whipped it out.
Do not drop it. Don't let Aloy fall either.
For audio listeners, I did not whip it out. I whipped the Lego.
Nah, he whipped it out.
Yeah,
Sims is whipping out his tall neck right now.
Oh my god, that sounds so naughty.
Well, yeah,
don't say that again. Don't say that
nightmare.
again, please.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna put it back now. I'm scared.
Yeah,
okay.
Do not drop it.
Don't break
Speaking of whipping it out, at Star Wars Celebration, they just confirmed that Indiana Jones returns June 30th, 2023.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've just announced a load of stuff, haven't they? Star Wars.
Yeah, interesting. June 30th. Okay, that's good. I mean, I love Indy's that original trilogy is so good. So I'm very excited.
I'll only watch it if Shia LaBeouf is returning.
Yeah.
The only way.
He's not, but yeah.
The
monkeys.
Nonetheless, though, Lego Star Wars selling extremely well. I guess I wasn't expecting this either. You know, it's the 2nd highest selling game of the year thus far, and I didn't know Lego was that popular. I guess I knew obviously they're popular amongst kids and whatnot, but I didn't realize it was this bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's also Star Wars.
Yeah, good point. Star Wars stuff does sell. Okay, cool. That'll do it for your MPD numbers of the month. Next up, then. Replaced has been delayed to 2023. Sad Cat Studios is unfortunately dealing with moving around due to the war in Ukraine, where a majority of the team is located. Obviously not a surprising delay here. Of course, this is probably the most understandable delay ever. You know, like, yeah. I get it. You do have to move around and stuff like that. But this game looks awesome nonetheless, and I look forward to it in 2023.
Yeah, I think we talked about this game being delayed because of this when the Ukraine stuff happened. So this was expected. Sad because it's definitely one of the best games that was at that Xbox showcase last year. So maybe they'll still show it again in a couple weeks at Xbox, just to say, hey, you know, this is where we got for a year. But yeah, take your time, stay safe. That whole studio. I'm looking forward to it.
Abram?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much more there is to add other than that, really. I mean, ultimately, this is the most unavoidable delay you could possibly have, and I echoed Daniel's sentiments. I think it puts Microsoft in a tougher and tougher position. I mean, not only did they lose the Bethesda things, but now they've lost so many games out of this year because of the situation in Ukraine. I mean, Stalker 2 was moved. This has now been moved, and who knows what's going to happen with Atomic Heart, for instance. That is a Russian team. It's unclear if they're going to be affected at all by this situation. I don't think we've heard anything about that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised.
The last we heard was that it was still coming out. Like they said, like from September on, it could come out.
Okay.
It was in development for a while.
So we'll see. It's a sad situation on the human level. It's just, again, another complication for Microsoft on the comparatively irrelevant business level. So wishing everybody the best over there.
Definitely. Sims, anything to say on that?
Basically, just to echo what they said, really, video games are not important. Lives are like get safe, get your family safe, and then come back to the game when you need to. Like, the money's still going to be there, the game's still going to be there. Like, I'm sure it's in a cloud somewhere, not on a hard drive. If that gets hit, then there's a big problem. That's it, really. Peace and love, man. Fuck Putin.
Peace and love. Peace and love indeed. Fuck Putin. Okay. Moving on then. Sticking with delayed news. Tachia has been delayed to 2023. The team said they will need a bit more time to polish the game than expected.
Yeah, they're waiting to be parallel to Breath of the Wild Part 2.
That's it. They got
Breath of the Wild,
you know?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild Part 2, they got a wind that you will be able to transform into things, just like into Chichia. So they're trying to, we're going to try to beat them to it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's actually the reason Nintendo hasn't announced a title for Breath of the Wild sequel yet, because it's going to be called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you can turn into animals like Chia. And I didn't want to spoil that.
Ooh, you heard it here first.
Here, I like
Put that on the bowl.
The game does look cool, but
it does look pretty cool, yeah.
Man, you put ukulele in a game.
I thought it looked all right. Yeah, Sims, I know you were super into this game.
Yeah, man, I was devastated when I saw this. Like, quietly delayed as well. Like, I don't even think Nibel retweeted it. It was like, oh no.
Yeah, the first thing I saw was, I think when I put it in there was Eurogamer. I think they were the first ones.
This game looks really cool to me. Like, I was quite looking forward to it. Like, oh, it's that indie game that Steve talks about. I was looking forward to it. It's got an ukulele in it. Like, it's chill Hawaiian vibes. Like, what's not to like? I'm so nasally. But yeah. I mean, other end of the spectrum, from the last game, this is unacceptable.
Oh, it is?
This is unacceptable. This one's unacceptable.
Yeah, this is just bang out of order. Like, get your thumb out of your arse and make this game.
Work faster, work harder.
I'm joking. I'm so sorry. It is what it is. Video games are hard, man. Like, I struggle getting out of bed in the morning. Never mind making a video game. Like,
yeah, you're real old, so you struggle to breathe, you know?
Honest to God, if I close my mouth, I might die.
Okay, well, don't close your mouth.
Do not do that.
We need your mouth for this show. All right, Tachia, sometime 2023. We'll see you then, bud. Last piece of news then for the day. The BioShock collection is free on the Epic Game Store.
Oh,
go play it.
Yeah.
You haven't played BioShock. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
Program.
I just want to throw that in there. Yeah, I saw that, Abram. I just want to throw that in there because it's free. Those are some must plays. Okay. Should I must plays? There's two of them in the collection.
Have you not played BioShock?
Did you not see his little?
No, I have
asked him this before we started recording.
You know what? We got to redo the show. Abram, you got it.
Sorry.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I have the first one and I started it because everyone loves the game. It's a remastered version or whatever. I was like, oh, this is neat. And then those fucking crazy people are yelling at me, and I got electricity in my hand. Like, I'm not in the headspace for this right now, and I never came back to it. Ooh. But I really think I probably should because everybody loves BioShock.
You really should.
Infinite
greatest games of all time.
You don't really got to play 2. 2's good. It's not as good as Infinite or 1, but definitely play 1 in Infinite for sure.
I really want to play Infinite.
Yeah,
Infinite's
super.
I've been meaning to get to that season 2 content.
No, not that Infinite. God damn it. Are you young like Tucker? Is that the problem here? Is that why you haven't played
that's the
Bioshock?
problem.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Like
then.
his dinner is nearly ready and he needs to go.
Yeah, did Bioshock came out in 2008, right?
2007.
2007.
So I was
It
6
was a
when
part
it
of
came
that
out.
big fall 2007.
You were 7 when it came out.
I would have been 6 if it came out in 2007. I would have been 6 years old.
That's prime age to play Bioshock. I don't see why you didn't.
Mind you, though,
Your parents
like,
didn't go out and buy that.
when the game came out, how old would I have been? 2000 and what? Sorry,
7 fall.
So I
So
would've
you
been
would have
like
been
17.
what, mid 40s?
17. I'd have been 17, and I remember putting it on, and it nearly never vibed with me. But I mean, what game does like 17? Like, I don't know. For me, it was all wrestling games and FIFA at that age. It wasn't.
I mean, it was Halo
Grand Theft
3,
Auto.
Modern Warfare.
But I wasn't really a shooting guy. Like true
Mass
story,
Effect was
right?
that fall.
True story. I bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare and PlayStation 3, and then this Ute came around, a friend of mine. He was like, "Oh, have you played the multiplayer?" And I was like, "What's the multiplayer?" And then he put it on, and I was like, "Oh, all right." Like, I didn't know about this multiplayer. That's how stupid I was, and I was like 16, 17. So, but no, my friend was like, "You need to play Bioshock," and I was like, "You know what? I will," and I did.
I remember there was the demo because I remember I found out through Bioshock through the demo, and you play like you fall, you crash, and then you go into the tower, and then you like go into the theater when like all of the splicers are breaking in. That is kind of where the demo stops. But I remember the demo. That's what really made me want to play that game.
What made me want to play the game is when everyone was saying this is better than Halo 3. I believe it won like, awards over Halo 3, and I was like, there's no fucking way this game is better than Halo 3. And I played it, and I did not think it was better than Halo 3 at the time. I still probably don't, but great game.
I mean, those are like titans. So is Modern Warfare, but those are all like Mass Effect 1.
Great year, a little bit underrated still. You know,
like, probably
Mass Effect 1, Halo 3, Bioshock, Modern Warfare. Great year.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yep.
But Halo 3 is better than all those games. Halo 3, there's like maybe 4 games better than Halo 3.
Mass Effect it should be.
That's fair.
But,
like, can we just appreciate that? Like, I'm like in this like weird, like depressed state of the fact that this time last year I was playing Mass Effect again, and I just want to go back to that. I want to be happy again.
I want to be happy playing
like playing them 3 in a row. Like, what a time! Good, like, what a time to be alive again. Like, back to back. Like, Shep finishes an adventure, and then Shep starts an adventure, and then Shep finishes an adventure, and he starts another adventure.
3 times.
All 3 times. Oh man! And then it finishes, and then like, what is life at that point?
And then your life is still going.
Is it?
Oh my god, that would turn really dark.
Oh man, have you seen the state of my eyes? Like, look at me. I look like I've been doing crack for the last 3 days.
I'm pretty sure you have.
No
okay.
crack.
Abram, have you not played Mass Effect either?
Please.
No.
Oh, Rick, that fucking superstar. He hasn't played Bioshock or fucking Mass Effect, but he's got the 1980s posties.
Why do we have them here?
I mean, you just stress me out, man. Like,
Tucker said the same thing. You didn't play Mass Effect.
Go and tell your parents to undo your stairgate and leave. Right? Okay.
See, here's the situation. At least I've played Halo. I've played all of the Halo games multiple times.
Why?
I'm too busy playing those.
Why? You didn't need to play them multiple times. You could have just gone and played Mass Effect.
Or play them at
they
all.
Are good.
I play last year when you were playing Mass Effect back to back to back. I had to get my parents' permission to go on the internet. And once I did, I was able to get a copy of the Master Chief Collection. Sure. And then I played all the way through it, and then I played through many of them again. I played like fucking 8 or 9 Halo campaigns last year because Halo's just
still got to play ODST.
Still have to play ODST, but that I'm saving. It's like those axes you see in those glass cases in apartments. Like you break it if there's an emergency. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, ODST is the only one I've played.
Wow,
you serious?
It was co-op. Me and my mate just jammed.
Yeah, Firefight. Was it Firefight?
Just ODST.
Sims has got you off this show too, honestly.
I just don't like Halo. I just think it's shit. Like,
I'll go get my energy sword and stab you with it.
Please go and get
You
your
also
energy
have an
sword.
energy sword?
But you love Mass Effect. It's just
do
sci-fi
have
with
an
good
energy sword.
gameplay.
No, it's
Oof.
just it's first person gameplay. I just don't
That's
like
a
first
shot
person
right
Got him to
shooters.
leave twice. I got him to leave twice.
The first Mass Effect, to be fair, does not have good gameplay. The Legendary Edition does help.
Oh, okay.
Wow, he
Oh,
really
that's
I'm
does
gonna say that.
badass.
I'm gonna say
Wow.
that's cool before he puts his headphones on.
I told you I'll go get my
It's
energy
fucking
sword.
the nerdiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Look
there's
at
a
this
lot
thing.
of...
It has like safe things on the tip.
I know it
I
looks
don't
like
even
it
know where
could do
I
some
don't know where I
serious
got this
damage.
thing.
Like
I have no
it
idea where I
looks
got this
like you need to go and donate that to a knife amnesty tonight.
Wait, Daniel, does it light up or anything?
No, it's got like a sheen to it.
That looks like something you made in like Woods class or something.
It looks like
Could be.
something that you should be getting arrested for.
Yeah,
No,
Probably.
we're in the U.S. Sims. It's the Wild West. You can have whatever you
It's
want.
true.
it's a good
It's
point.
true.
You could, I'm not gonna make that joke. Weird episode though. Sims is whipping out his tall neck. Daniel's whipping out his energy sword. It's a time over here. We're now gonna move on to what we've been playing. Sims, let's start with you, bud.
Why?
What you been playing? I just want to make you talk because I know you can't.
Fair enough. What did I be playing? Nothing really. What we with Stardew Valley, like kind of got a bit like we've done this before. And then me and Natalie just looked at the big pile of games that we've got and we're like, we should play them. So she's playing some medium right now, and I was like, I've got this like problem of like embarrassment of riches. And like, I think I spent one night just flicking through the games I've got. Blip, 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 blip. And then Natalie, after like 15 minutes, Natalie goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know anymore." So I clicked Sifu. Put it on the student mode. And one time, I did the first level first try. And then the day after, I was like, "Oh, I'll do a level a night. And then what could possibly go wrong?" And I finished it that night. I just smashed it up. So 2 sittings, student mode, 1 run, fucking phenomenal. Like, what a game. Like, I just all I wanted to do is I wanted to turn the game off and just watch Bruce Lee all night. Like, it's such a quality like game. I mean, I would, Daniel says, "Oh, you're gonna do it again?" I said, "Not really. I think
No,
I've done
I
it
was kind of
once."
asking like if you were gonna go for the spare them, like the true ending.
No.
You have to spare all of the
Yeah. I mean,
villains.
it didn't give me the option the first time, so does it give you the option
No.
the second? Right, okay.
Yeah, the second time. So what you I think I said this to I think Tucker was, or I forget who was here. It was Connor, but maybe it was just me and you, Connor. But you have to like when you go for that knockout or whatever, takedown. When you go for the takedown on them, you cannot take them down the first time. You have to like let it be, take a step back, do the takedown the second time. And when you get to that second time, you have to hit D-pad on the left. It'll like give you a little thing, and then that'll spare them.
It's such a weird thing. I never explained that to you.
Yeah, it's very odd. Like it should just be an option that pops up immediately and just say, "Hey, do you want to spare? Or do you want to kill?" Like that's what it should be, but it's not.
Yeah, man, it controls well. I mean, the camera's a bit wonky, but like it's very responsive. Like the combos are there if you need to use them. Like you have to get the combos down. Don't get me wrong. Like you have to. You have to. I was struggling to do like this roundhouse kick, but I just wasn't doing it right. And yeah, man. I only ever died on like the mini bosses, the mini boss, and then the third boss. She's just
she's crazy.
I just couldn't figure it out. And then the fourth boss, she's got this bell and she's just smashing me in the face. And I'm like, I was just getting so frustrated. I was like, I'm going to take this bell and I'm going to shove it somewhere that you're not going to enjoy it. Like, because you can see it. Like, pardon?
Nothing. Continue.
But like
he said, "Is that a?"
It was just watching it. It was like what I could see the bell. Like when you have. He's like, when something stupid happens, like something will hit you in the face, but you will see it coming. And I could see this bell hitting me in the face, and I'm just like, I could see it just going, Kong. I'm just like,
can I ask, what age did you beat it at?
I'll finish it about 28, 29,
okay,
27. Like, obviously, you hit checkpoints, and then you can like de-level, you de-age yourself. So I probably hit 33 at max. Like, I know you moved slower, I guess. Did you move slower in the?
I think you like gain health, but then like you
yeah.
There are some like little things that it pops up. Yeah, you gain. That's how you get your health up.
But I mean, it just shows how quick the game is. I, trying to convince Connor the day after. I was like, Connor, just whack it on tonight, and you'll get it done. Like,
whip it out and whack it on.
Whip it on, or whack it on. No, but yeah, it's decent. Like, beautiful, brilliant, fantastic, amazing game. Like, I mean, if I didn't have so many other games to do, I'd probably just go over it and over and over it. But I'm at this crossroads now of like, maybe I just find a nice meaty game to play for like 100 hours, like 60, 70 hours, like just like I did with Horizon, like thinking Valhalla or Cyberpunk, like one of the two, just to get invested in the world and just enjoy it, because I really like the Assassin's Creed games, like so. But maybe Cyberpunk. But the problem I have with Cyberpunk is that I've already put 12 hours into it already, and then the save got corrupted, and that made me sad. So I don't know, what should I do, boys? Abram, you need to make this decision.
Well, here's what I'll say. First of all, I don't know if you can hear it, but this fucking... Yeah, I don't know what this thing is.
Jumbo jet just started.
It's turned on. So it's this big thing that says warning. Contact or hanging items will cause damage from this big fucking white thing in my ceiling of this new place I'm living. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it turned on. Hopefully it stops soon.
But it's leaking poison into your room.
Yeah, I'm about to die. You're gonna win.
Well, I need you to make the decision for me. Okay, so
before you die.
Cyberpunk is one of the best games that's come out.
Wait, hold on. What'd you say, Abram?
Cyberpunk's one of the best games come out in the last couple of years. Cyberpunk's fucking awesome.
I like this guy. Never mind, you redeemed yourself.
You know what? You're redeeming yourself. You're redeeming. Me and Connor in 2020 were preaching for the game, and when no one else was. When no one was, me and Connor we were kind of praising this game when people were just bashing it in 2020. Like in our game of the year discussion, we were very high on that game. Go ahead.
I was Abram, and we will send Sims to backlog banter. Have fun, Sims.
Ooh.
I'm not babysitting. No, I mean, I didn't. I was at the assumption that it wasn't going to be as good as they want, as they said it was going to be. Like it was the way they promoted it. It was the second coming of Jesus Christ. Like Jesus Christ was going to come out and then present this game. Yeah. And obviously then it did, it came out with all the bugs, but then underneath them bugs, a fairly all right, good game. Like, that's what I got. Like,
you just got to set your expectations properly. If you go in expecting like an Outer Worlds Fallout type RPG, you just go for the incredible ambience in Night City and really solid gunplay and fun customization. I mean, nothing the game does is super deep. It's not an immersive sim. But if you go in understanding that, it is so fucking good. I love the story. I love the setting. I love how the guns handle. And I really want to replay it, because I played it on PS5 originally, but it was the PS4 version, so it still didn't look great. It was still unstable. I want to... Because you can get a disc so cheap. I want to get it for Series X, or just the Xbox One version, get the free patch for X.
I was talking to Sims, I think it was yesterday. They also changed how the perk system works. So if you played it like before this update, before that update or whatever, like the perks are even different. I have no idea what they're even like now. Like I think they've taken some away. Yeah, I think they've taken some away. I think they've updated some perks on top of like the next gen stuff.
I think just put it on, run through the story, and then say, "Oh, what do I want to do now? Do I want to do the side stuff? Do I want to do this? Like, I don't know. Maybe just run through the story, and then I can say I finished it. Like, but then Valhalla, man, I feel like being a Viking. I think I might do Cyberpunk.
Dress up as a Viking in Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Cyberpunk's probably will take you a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
Then Valhalla.
And then I'm just waiting for the quarry. To be honest, I got more time off next week, the week after. So I got a week off again. So I got great week that as well. What a week to have off! I got Jurassic Park. I got Quarry, and then
Strikers. Hopefully that's good.
I'm not getting Strikers. I want to, but I'm not getting done over by Mario Golf again.
Yeah, I know. That's what we were talking about when you were here.
We're scared, man.
Yeah. That's such a big soccer fan, though.
I am, yeah, and I remember playing the old Strikers, but I just wait for EA Sports FC. There's a mouthful in it. Mouthful.
EA Sports Fight Club.
Gavner, you want to come play EA Sports FC? Oh, why I fellow English person? I would love to play EA Sports FC. Oh, let's jolly old fellow. Sorry.
Okay. I love that new accent. Keep that accent from now on.
That's a proper British
accent.
Is that
new? It sounded just like his normal voice.
Oh.
Abram, move on to you. What have you been playing, bud?
I've been playing well. So I've been moving the last couple of days into this new place. So I haven't gotten to play that many games recently.
So
but
some
the
would
main
say
thing I've been,
you've been playing unpacking, but
I would be embarrassed to turn my camera around, but if I did, you would learn that I really haven't been playing that game. I've been playing
Ooh.
dump all this shit on my floor and deal with it slowly
put that
over
poster
time.
up, yeah.
That's a better game.
Yeah, that's a matter of Star Wars.
I actually did this morning because I was doing a developer interview. I was like, okay, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the posters up until I run out of command strips and make this part of the room look nice. So that's all I've done. Don't look over there. You can't. So
That's all that matters to us as we see this.
Yeah.
That's it.
But so I've been playing Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga for Ninty Fresh magazine. I got a review copy of it. So here's the situation. Unfortunately, you guys are stuck here with me. You invited me, so now I get to tell you a story. Lego Star Wars, the original games on PS2, some of my earliest, we don't have to make any comments about it, but some of my earliest gaming memories playing those on PS2. Loved them as a kindergartner, and I just instilled a love. It reinforced my love of Star Wars I already had from the films and from the actual Lego toys. Point being, played those a lot, played Complete Saga a lot, told my mom that my dad wanted Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars for his birthday. Obviously not true, but they humored me, got that game for me too, so I played a shit ton of that. Always loved Star Wars. Love the Lego games, and then they fell off. I think they fell off. I didn't like them a lot, the more modern ones. So when Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga comes around, I'm super, super excited. Stoked for the game. But then I say I'm going to review it for Ninty Fresh magazine. The problem is I don't get a review code right away. So I end up in this fucking dumb, awful purgatory where I'm like, I don't know when I'm getting the copy of this game. I just need to play it on release day. So I buy it on Xbox. Now I got the game on Xbox. I'm waiting for the Switch version. I play the original trilogy, and I say, okay, I'm gonna have to stop here. I'm still waiting on this review code. So it completely ruined my launch experience. I couldn't fully get into the game. It made me dislike it. I'm like, this is just stressing me out because I just want to fucking dig into it, and I can't. Finally, the Switch version comes. I'm like, okay, got the copy. I can sit down and I can really enjoy it and think about it. And I went from my launch impressions, which were not only marred but middling at best, to me now thinking that maybe I was right the first time, and maybe the game's not that great. I think that it is so full of fan service, and it is so full of spirit, and TT Games loves Star Wars, and they made a lot of game. But it is not what I remembered, but it's not better than what I remembered either. Like, the linear levels combined with the fan service of the older Lego titles was special and simple and accessible and fun. This is not that. It's all about these open worlds. But the open world's not very deep either. I feel like I'm in this weird position where the game is gorgeous. I love the humor, but I don't know if it feels that good to play. I don't know if any particular mechanic is that deep. They just give you a lot of things to do. And I don't think I'm at a point in my life where I want a game that gives me a lot of things to do. I've got 20 games to play. I don't want to go find 1,200 Kyber crystals. I don't want to go fill 30 open worlds full of shit, you know?
That's why I would say play the episodes linearly. Just beat the episodes and then.
I think that's about where I come down to it. I finished the prequels. I thought they were solid. I think the level design in the original trilogy is a little bit better. I'm excited to do the sequels, but man, if I didn't love this IP so much and I didn't have so many fond memories of the original Lego Star Wars games, and I didn't have to review it, so basically if my life was completely different, I wouldn't care that much about this game, because I just don't think that by its own merits, underneath that patina of Star Wars, it does a whole lot that I think is that compelling.
I'm right there with you. I felt exactly the same about that game. I also loved the original Lego Star Wars games, and then this one just did not do it for me. I think I just outgrown Lego games, which makes sense. They are games targeted for kids, but it did not work for me either. I thought it was mediocre across the board.
I'd agree.
I will say, yeah.
I mean, I've not finished it, not by a long shot. But my 6-year-old, like, she was like, "Oh, I want to play it." And we played the episode 1, episode 2. She wanted to be the princess. Like, it's all she wanted to do, be Padme. And I was like, I was enjoying it. Like, she was getting the I'm a Lego character running around, and I was getting the look at that funny bit. Like, it was just like, oh, I remember this bit, and then I was like, found myself trying to put episode 1 on Disney Plus. Like, oh, this is all cool. But yeah, I can imagine it. I mean, if I was to put it on, which has been one of the ones, I might put this on. I just, do story beat by story beat. I wouldn't bother collecting all the crystals. Like, I wouldn't bother trying to, do all the silly things they want you to do to find a Kyber crystal. I would just want to play it for the story beats, see what their interpretation of it is like. You know, like I remember Connor mentioning like the Duel of the Fates, and there was like the band in the corner. Like, and I remember like she was like, "Oh, let's fight this boss." I'm like, "Listen, I'm finding this band, okay?" And it was quality, like really cool. It's well made, and like it's just I just like you. I remember playing the Lego games, me and my friend Anthony just chilling out on the PlayStation 2, just playing some Lego, like having a great time. Yeah, and I played a few other Lego games, Lego Pirates. Like I own Lego Harry Potter. There's a few Lego games that me and Natalie have done with. Yeah, man. I like the Lego games. I mean, I probably couldn't go back to it now. I think I tried Harry Potter a couple of weeks ago, not a couple of years ago. Just couldn't get into it because it's just for the it's for the chids. It's for the kids. But yeah, I'd like to finish it. Like, there's a lot of Star Wars going on it now. I just listened to the Star Wars Episode 3 podcast. I'm kind of funny, and I'm like, yeah, man. Star Wars.
Yeah, man. Abram, anything else you've been playing then?
Yeah, one other game I'll shout out. Max Payne. I finally played Max Payne 1. And this game
Max Payne
ripped.
1, but not Mass Effect.
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah. I'm so fascinated by Remedy because I don't really like Control, but I've heard like there's such reverence for the studio. So I'm like, if I'm gonna get in, I just don't think Control's that good. I think the combat's good, and the rest of the game is just like walking around this house.
I'm fairly with you. I like it more than
Yeah.
you do. I really
Yeah.
like the game a lot, but like I'm kind of with you. Like the story's very ambiguous. Like there are some weird things there, but graphically I really like it, and I think it's fun to play. But I've always been a pretty big fan of Remedy. So
I am now after Max Payne.
yes.
So that much.
What do you think
You
about
didn't
it?
wait for the remakes of Max Payne?
So I'm excited for the remake, and to prepare for the remake, I'm playing the original Xbox version on Series X. First of all, Series X backwards compatibility is just like it's
It's
gift
top.
from God.
Yeah, it's top. It's so good.
I mean, the game loads instantly. I mean, literally instantly. It's crazy, and the game just holds up so well. I think that it's simple, but that
That's
gunplay, that bullet time gunplay,
Massive shout out to his click then. That was quality. Like, good click. Like, I
usually don't
respect
get
a
to
good click as well. Like,
yeah. But
That got his attention.
I was like,
solid gunplay,
Solid gunplay. Yeah.
great narrative. Weird writing, weird dialogue, but very compelling. You gotta type in 665 on a keypad, and Sam Lake's like, "It's the devil's neighbor," and like, "Oh yeah, I get it." Number 4666, I get it. But it's campy and fun, and it's another example of the fact that shooters are better when you have to move. And this game's all about moving. That's why I love Halo. That's why I love Max Payne.
Doom.
Well, Doom's
I'm
repetitive
actually
and
right
boring.
there with you with Control. I thought
Hey.
they buried too much in all that lore. You know that you had to read too much in Control. That bothered
That's
me.
true too. That's true too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So you sound like you're going to play 1 and 2. Do you think you're even going to go to 3? Rockstar's
Oh, yeah.
3? 3 is
Definitely.
awesome. I love 3
3's great.
so
Yeah.
much.
I really want to play 3. That's actually I'm playing it because I want to play more Remedy games, but really I want to play Max Payne 3. To be honest with you, that's the one that really compels me. I know it's Rockstar.
It's Rockstar
That game probably
before.
holds up so well too today because that was
Yeah.
only 2012.
It was right before GTA 5. It was Rockstar right before that, and like
Yeah.
that game's awesome. The game is so cool. No one talks about Max Payne 3. That game's amazing.
Always neglected. Speaking of Remedy, I've been playing Alan Wake Remaster. Just
Ooh.
kinda, yeah. Alan Wake, one of my favorite games from 360 days. This remaster, pretty good, holds up pretty well. It actually looks very good graphically. I'm kind of surprised by how good it looks at certain points, especially background environments and stuff like that. I guess character animations and just face looks weird, but it looks good. It's weird because like I feel like they just kept the original cutscenes in the game. So like you switch over from the regular gameplay and then go into the cutscenes, and the cutscenes look worse than the gameplay, which is an odd thing. But
Weird.
yeah, it's fine though. It works pretty well. I still really like the combat in Alan Wake. It's a little bit wonky with the movement and whatnot, but that whole flashlight mechanic shining on the guys until like their shield barrier goes down and then shoot them works pretty well still. I guess the aiming's still pretty bad. That was one big complaint when this game came out back in the day, is that you have to aim with the flashlight, so your cursor pretty much is the flashlight. And I know a lot of people don't like that very much, but it's fine because They kind of make you like automatically shoot the guy as long as you have a little bit of light on him. So it kind of just goes into it. But yeah, I still really like the game. Really like the narrative. Alan Wake's such a weird character too when he narrates himself. Stuff like that's just really fun.
I like it. It's weird.
Yeah. And then I've been playing more Fallout 3 too. Just messing around with that. My Xbox. Still just chucking through that, doing random side quests and whatnot. Having a good time. Good old Xbox backwards compatibility, you know.
So good.
It just works. You know,
Right.
it just works. Like
I just wish I had my old save, man. I know I was complaining about this last
Yeah.
week on the show, but it bothers me so much that I don't have that old Fallout 3 save from back in the day. But
yeah, I wonder if you can.
I'm gonna get back to it. I don't know. I don't know if I just never uploaded it to the cloud back then, or how that would even work back in last time I played this game was probably like 2010. So
I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was some like hoops to do it back in the day. Like it wasn't as simple as it is now.
yeah, I don't know if you needed live back then to upload to the cloud. If that was the case, and then maybe I just never did that. Yeah,
I
Yeah, I
remember
don't know.
just having. I had one of the memory cards, a white memory card. I used to just carry that
I
everywhere.
remember those. Yeah,
Yeah, man, I had my Skyrim save on that bad boy. Those some good times. That was.
wish I still had that save.
When you were a youth, Abram, there was a game called Skyrim. Skyrim. It
I've
was
heard of that.
Why
good.
are you yelling?
Yes, I'm hard of hearing in my young age.
Oh, I think he's hard of hearing in his old age.
Good nightmare. Yeah, man. Yeah, Fallout's a great game. Like, I'm so devastated. I'm disappointed about the Starfield thing. It's sad. I was really itching to like get into that.
It'll make the game better, so. It is
I think
really-
I'm just playing Fallout 3 just to subconsciously take that space of Starfield for now.
I think I just got visions of you like big bag of Cheetos,
Huge.
Mountain Dew.
tissues,
family
and
size,
just Fallout
tissues.
and just fucking weeping,
Yeah, the whole time.
looking up at the sky and
Could have
Fallout.
been.
I'm like, oh, what could have been?
Oh man, looking up at the stars. Like, someday I'll get to experience what's up there. Not today. Daniel, what you been playing?
So I'm still going through my Persona 5 journey.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
think
never saw that
I'm like-
come in.
That's a good joke.
Thanks, man.
It was okay.
That's good. That's good. So I think I'm like 20 hours in now. So I didn't get to play as much this week as I've wanted to, but yeah, I'm in the second palace. I think I'm getting towards the end of the second palace, so I've almost done the full palace. I still love this game. This is about to be where I kind of stopped the first time I played it, so I'm hoping I can keep pushing through and not just fade away like I did the first time. But I really love this game so much. I just want to see it through. That's all I want to do. Just see this through. But
Do
yeah,
you
it's
think you're
pretty-
actually gonna now?
I'm gonna try because there's really not a ton that I really want to play. I mean, maybe Strikers and maybe The Quarry, and then after that, it's like I'm not really sure what else. I mean, there's like Forspoken, Harry Potter, Call of Duty.
Yeah, really. The next big one after that isn't until if Stray gets that July 19th.
Stray,
Yeah, that might be there, and then Saints Row's the end of August.
Saints
But yeah,
Row.
really, it's a dead summer.
maybe
Yeah,
we
man.
get
It's a bad
maybe we
summer.
get Ninja Turtles sometime in the summer as well. I
Can't wait
really
for
want to play
that.
that. Yeah,
hopefully.
really excited for that, but we just don't have a date. So I have like another month minimum probably of like stuff I don't or time that I can't really. I'm not playing another big game, so I'm just going to try to beat it. I think I can. I'm probably not a third. I was gonna say a third, maybe a fifth of the way through the game. Not a third. Maybe like
You
a
find
fifth of the
you-
way through the game now.
Maybe find yourself
What's that?
getting distracted by the PlayStation Plus lineup. You know, you
Not at
dabble with
all.
that for a couple of days. No.
No.
I mean, no.
I mean, there's what do I want to play on there?
Tekken
Like
2.
I've played Tekken 2.
No, but you know
Siphon
you haven't
filter?
played Tekken 2 now.
Okay.
Siphon
Oh yeah,
filter?
you're right though. It is quite somewhere. I like that. You know, I don't honestly, Daniel. Like, I have no I don't doubt your ability to smash this game out. Because like you just play games differently, man. Like you're a machine.
I just have time. I just have time.
You're just a machine,
So-
Daniel. You just work for the man, come home, plug yourself into the Matrix, sleep. Man, It's admirable. Like,
Yeah,
you
my
just
bed
smashing
is
it.
it's like a
You know-
water bed with just goo. I just go into the goo
Yeah,
bed,
man.
just like the Matrix. Yeah,
Smashing it. Yeah, man. I hope you do it,
The
man. I
goo
want to know.
Yeah, it's a
the
goo bed.
Man, the Matrix happened, didn't it? I rewatched them as well the other day. I rewatched them in anticipation for the fourth. I sat down and watched 2 and 3, thinking the fourth one can't be as bad. And they fucking did it, boys. They fucking did it. I'm still angry about it.
weird movie. Weird movie.
I think that was great. I think
What?
Resurrection's a great movie.
That's a take.
I think Matrix Resurrections is the second best.
I mean, 2 and 3 are bad. I haven't seen it.
Oh, but we'll just keep wrapping Matrix hot takes on top of each other. The second one's really good. I think the second one's really good. But
No, it's good
I think
fight scenes.
yeah, sure, yeah, but then it's got a lot of horse shit stuff around it with like Neo's talking, and it's just like it doesn't make sense. Second two movies don't make sense, that's for sure. But the second one's at least fun. 4 is really strong. I think it's a nice love story. Got some nice meta commentary. You have some cool fights. It's in and out. Keanu Reeves is being cool. Carrie-Anne Moss is back. I think it's great.
I
Shout
just
out
think
to Aaron Connors.
I don't know. That movie's it's a weird movie. I'm definitely in between Abram and then these two. It seems like so.
I didn't even see it, Daniel. So
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking
You just
shit.
a hater? Yeah, you're just a hater.
Fuck Keanu Reeves. You know, he gets too much loves. It's just I can't deal with it.
He didn't for a long time though.
Sure.
He's back and it's great.
Do you want to plug in a little bit of Persona news here? While we're talking about
Sure,
Persona?
if you have something.
Bible says from the Persona 25th Anniversary Times West stream. This is what was announced today by Atlas.
Okay, cool.
Persona concert on October 8th and 9th, stream globally, tickets available, and then a shit ton of merch and nothing else. That's
Typical
election
I
night.
announced Persona 6 there.
Typical Atlas.
25th anniversary live stream, concert, some shit to buy, and that was it. So
Here's a shirt. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing though. I guess me and Sloan beat the Witch Queen, and we still playing a little bit. There's
Are
like
you going into that new season or whatever in Destiny?
I haven't yet. They redid all of the solar classes. I think they're calling it like Solar 3.0 because when Witch Queen came out, they redid the Void classes. They called it like Void 3.0. So I think the season after this, whenever that's going to be in a few months, they'll probably do the Arc subclasses updated. So I'd like to check out the new update to the solar stuff, but I'm not really gonna probably play much of it. I'm not into the live server stuff. Destiny's the closest thing I get, and that's mostly because of the gameplay, and Bungie's just the best. So yeah,
Cool. All right,
We should
we got a
all
little
play
bit of
The
time left,
Division.
so I guess we'll move on to the game. Daniel, you got a game for us?
sure. I'm gonna make it interesting this time. I'm gonna give you guys a choice, and maybe we should let Abram choose.
Okay.
I have a few things we could do here. I came up with a game. I think we played this game before, called Metacritic Trivia. We can either do that, or I have a game. I pulled up a game for 20 questions. So I'll let you guys choose.
Tough choice, Abram.
let's try the Metacritic one because I played 20 questions last time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, you played 100 questions. All right, so no 100 questions. So I have a bunch of games pulled up. All of these are from this year. So this is the only clue I will give you. Is all these games released this year, so that might really help you guys a lot. What I'm gonna do?
Are we fighting against each other?
Yeah, I'll kind of keep track of points. Whoever gets one.
Tekken 2, yeah.
Yeah, Tekken 2. Yeah.
Unlikely.
I'm gonna pick
Came out
one.
this
And
year.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read. I think last time I did critics reviews. I'm going to read the user reviews, and you guys are just gonna have to guess from what the game they're reviewing. I'll try to like bleep out like a few, like if there's a name of a character or a place or something. I won't say it, but let me see. What game do we even want to start with?
Do we get more than one
Jeff
guess?
from Minnesota is gonna say about fucking
Yeah. Say it again, Connor.
Do we get more than one guess?
You get one guess, and if no one gets
One
it, then I'll move
Okay.
on.
Okay.
We're gonna go to this game here. Don't look at my glasses and try to read it. You won't get it. All right, so let me see.
You're okay.
And I'll read multiple reviews if it counts.
Hi, Abram. I feel like I've just come on and just shouted at you.
Okay.
You alright? How you doing, mate?
I'm doing okay. I'm moving. I'm settling in. I'm just hanging out.
Good man. I really
Mm.
hope the other side of your room isn't as bad as I'm picturing.
I mean, I'm just on a laptop. I can turn.
Yeah,
Oh shit! I
man.
can
Let's
turn
have
it
a
around.
look, man.
Here's the problem, right?
Oh,
So I've done nothing.
not too
I mean, I've done genuinely
It's all
nothing.
right. You got the ring light. You all right?
So you
Yeah,
got
we have the ring
your
light.
college dorm room bed.
Yes. I'm staying on campus over the summer with my girlfriend. The problem, of course, is that we're both supposed to be in here completely moved in tonight, and I think I was kind of supposed to have been doing this during the day today. But when we finish this podcast, I have to go help her pack up all of her shit and move it all over here. So it's gonna become even worse. It's gonna snowball.
Just tell her Nerdic Gods is more important.
Yeah, definitely.
Oof. All right. So
Alright.
I'm gonna. So this review is from Still Jovel. I don't know, maybe that's what it's
The
called. I
number
don't know.
one games journalist.
Number one game journalist. They gave this game a 10. Okay.
Then. Oh, God.
They said this game is not a DLC. You can chime in anytime. Anytime. This game is not a DLC. It's a full length game with 25 hours of gameplay. Who says the DLC? Or hold on. Who says it's a DLC should replay? If this sounds weird, it's him. Who says it's a DLC should replay Spider-Man Miles Morales to see how long a standalone DLC is? This game is awesome. I could go to another review if we need to.
Yes,
Anyways,
please.
Read another one.
Okay. I regret. This is a 0. I'll do 0. This is Dubis. They gave it a 0. I regret paying full price for this game. It crashes constantly and is basically blank, but with a worse story.
Okay, it's Horizon
You got
Forbidden
it.
West.
No, it is not.
Damn it.
Any other guess from you two? I can read another.
DLC. But it isn't DLC.
I was thinking Horizon as well. Read another one.
Read another one.
Like-
This is from Night Eyes 1. You have a guess?
No, I like this game.
Okay. You have a night. It's from Night Eyes 1.
No,
They gave it a 0 as well. They gave it a 0.
Yeah, sweet.
All right. So this is a weird one. Greed, pure and simple. Jesus. Rehash with no innovations, just garbage trying to pass off as AAA. Oh my god, what is this personal? Jesus.
It's obviously a sequel to something.
It's a remake or something, isn't it?
A remake.
I can do one more, or we can move on. if
No,
one has
do
a
one
guess.
more because I really like. I like to do one more.
Well, we have so many games I could choose from too. All right, so this one is from Game for Gamers. They gave it a 0.
I don't
Obviously
think you gotta
not.
read the usernames.
I'm gonna read it.
No, read the usernames.
I like reading the usernames. Don't buy this game. It's just a lazy cash grab. The content doesn't justify the price. This should have been a DLC instead.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Wrong. Sims, you got a guess? It's all up to you. I'm not going to read another one.
Just the cash grab.
No guess?
No,
give
I
you-
wanted it. I really want to
All
know
right.
what it is.
I'll move on, though.
Lazy-
I'll move on,
No,
though.
no. Lazy cash grab.
If you got to
Read
guess, you got to
another
guess. No,
Uh,
I X'd it out. I'm not reading no more because these two are out. You either guess or not. I'm going to pick a different game, though.
Pokemon.
Well, you gotta at least tell us what the game is.
Pokemon.
You think it's
this year?
Arceus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Arceus.
Okay. It is not Pokemon Arceus.
Oh.
It was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Oh, he's
Mm.
right as well. You know what? God bless them people because they're fucking right. The game is fucking garbage. Absolute shit. There should be a fucking review on there from Sims Gaming Time because they would have said this fucking -10.
I picked it first because it's.
It enrages me hearing the name. I sold my
Okay.
PSVR to buy that game.
I didn't know you were so passionate about that.
I hate it, Connor. You don't understand.
So no-
Right.
no
You don't
points yet.
understand. This game is
All right.
absolute dog.
I have the next game.
Bad.
Okay. This is a very so this might tip the scales a little. There is not a choice of user reviews here. There's only one user review here, which I still find very odd. It is by Girl Ha Jetty. Girl Ha Jetty, I guess.
Never been a girl.
They gave it a 7. They gave it a 7.
Okay, this
Decent
might be
score.
impartial.
Yeah, anytime you want to stop me. The visuals here, the visual here is very weak. It seems like the picture. What? I'm just trying to read. I'm sorry. These people can't write. It seems like the
Damn,
picture
you're
should
me.
be cool. It's cartoony, but take a look. For example, Jesus, at the Sable video game. It has exactly the same graphics, but what an awesome views in it. What kind of generic graphics are there? They didn't try at all on the visual part.
Tunic.
It is not Tunic.
Mm.
About the same thing with the music. It is very simple here, as if from some kind of fitness center. Don't expect any story here either. They just added certain concept that there is a blank and a blank master. He or she is tired and wants to retire. That's kind of telling a story, but now you should become a master. Before you start a level, you always have dialogue with characters. They more for jokes. even then, they only be funny to children. The characters are also not memorable. There is more here, but any guess from Abram or Sims?
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
It is not Pokemon Arceus.
See, this is fucking me up because I'm trying to think of a game that came out this year that looks like Sable.
What's that
I
one
can't
that
think
Andy
of one.
Cortez
What was
like?
the biggest clue? That was the biggest clue.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like the Hyper Light Drifter, isn't it? Or not?
It couldn't be Solar Ash. Did Solar Ash come out this year?
That was
Yeah.
last year.
Was
Yeah,
it?
Solar Ash last
December.
year.
Yeah.
I don't
Man,
know.
this year has gone fast, hasn't it? Like,
I
Yeah.
mean, is
Wow.
it Lake?
That was last year.
Fuck. Is it Pokemon Legends Arceus?
I
Nah,
already
that's what
said
Sims
that.
guessed.
But Daniel, trying
That's okay. We'll move on. It was Ollie Ollie World.
That game doesn't look like Sable. That's a good
It
game.
doesn't. It was a bad. That's a bad review. That's a
what
bad.
a dog.
Let's see here.
Didn't mention a damn thing about skateboarding.
Yeah. All right. It didn't mention anything about this. The gameplay.
Absolutely nothing. All right, great.
Okay. This is from Kakudzo. They gave it a 0. The game is great, but I play on YouTube. I'm going to pause there. The game is great, but I play it on YouTube. Okay, that's what they said.
Okay.
Because blank blocked blank. I don't know. I'm sorry. It will be a 0 until blank. Oh, it's in his region. I see. So he tried to play it on YouTube, and the
Pretty
publisher.
different review.
I know. I just thought it was very funny. The first line. That's why I picked it.
He played it on YouTube. All right.
So he watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, but because they blocked it in his country.
Just imagine him loading up the game and just grabbing a controller, trying to get immersed.
I'm playing with them. This is from Bang Bang 12.
Oh,
They gave
Bang
it a
Bang
0.
12.
Yeah.
My favorite of the Bang Bang.
Imagine not being able to play this game because of politics. And it is actually not what you think. It is the same person or a different person in the same region. But it was blocked. So they just review bombing. There's a bunch of these actually. I'm gonna try to go.
I
through
need
different
some
ones.
essence here, Daniel.
Yeah. I'm gonna scroll. This is from Zacharias. It's a very easy one. They gave it a 10. Masterpiece in gaming. Will never be forgotten. This is a generation defining. They just said this is generation defining. That's it. Let's see here. This game, I'm sorry, Killer Theft 1.
Wait,
Gave it
Sims
10.
just guessed.
Oh, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Elden Ring.
No. Duh. It's not Elden Ring.
I swear to God, if it's not something generation defining.
That's pretty sad.
Not gonna be.
This one also gave it a 10, though. The game feels something new out of the box, which I don't agree with. I have no words for it. Just want to say, for for all picking it up now or later, just play it once. That's a weird review.
Daniel, I'm
Yes.
going to need you to reach out to every one of these people and get them on this podcast.
We're going to need a deep dive into these.
I want to listen to what Bang Bang 12 has to say.
This one that I'm going to read this one, and one of you two are going to get it, and just get it as fast as you can. This is from Mad 3 Max or Made Max. I'm not sure. They gave it a 10. It's way better than the first game.
Horizon 2.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. It is Horizon 2. Connor got the first point. Apparently, Kazakhstan had blocked this game. It probably has to do with Aloy.
What region was this game blocked in?
Kazakhstan or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
All right. We'll go as many as you guys want to go. Just tell me.
Give me like 2 more.
2 more, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's an easy one here. It's a Sky Suka gave it a 10. Very simple. They said game of the year. Goaty.
Any more
Got
of them
him. So
goodies?
he didn't pronounce that right.
I did.
Elden Ring.
No. I'm not making it so
Pokemon
easy.
Legends Arceus.
No. I could read another one, Abram, if you would like.
Yes, you see, now it's up to me. Okay, we know.
They went very quick there. Okay, this game. This is from Crazy Cliff. They gave it a 9.
Ooh,
This
Crazy
game is
Cliff.
This game is top notch from start to finish. Everything about it is great, except expect the unexpected, because the final bosses and secret bosses are dope.
These are just nonsense platitudes.
Yeah, it is. That's the user reviews. That's why I chose the user reviews instead of. I normally choose the few times we've done this, the critics, and then like take snippets out of it. But
Give me one more.
One more?
Give me one more. I feel like I'm zeroing in on it. I'm narrowed it down to a game releasing this year.
Okay. This is Drew Skill, I think, 64. They give it a 0. Overpriced, short, easy, bad frame rate, forgettable story. That's it.
Short, easy, overpriced.
I could do another one if you would like.
Elden Ring.
Or you can
It
guess.
sounds like Elden Ring to me. Yeah.
Connor, what did you guess?
I guessed Elden Ring.
Sims, what did you say?
I said Elden Ring as a joke, but I think it's Dying Light.
I think it's Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Is that your guess?
Yes.
It is not. It is Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
Mm.
Kirby in the Forgotten Land. All right.
Does it have frame rate issues?
I think for some people it did.
What it does is that when you play it, when the enemies that are far away from you like move like this, like but then when you get closer, then they move regular speed again.
Sure.
I think they're trying to help with the frame rate.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do one more. Is that what we're doing?
Finale.
Sure. All right. Connor's the only one that's gotten one, which is very funny. This is very hard. This is from Nick 200677779. They gave it an 8.
Not to be mistaken if I'm Nick 200078.
There was more numbers in there. I can't believe you would do that to the most infamous critic, Nick. This game is just good. It's not surprising, but it's still a good game and a challenging game, which made me love it even more.
All right.
This is from UG Zen Giro. They gave it an 8 as well.
Pronounced gyro.
I think it's Giro.
Okay, I have no idea.
A very fun and challenging game. The battle with the final boss can frustrate you a bit. Highly recommend the game. If you like having to master some mechanics, such as in Sekiro.
Elden Ring.
Sifu. Ooh, who got it?
I baited you, Abram. It is Sifu. It is Sifu. I baited you. That's what I normally would blank out Sekiro, but I was trying to bait someone into saying Elden Ring.
I have the advantage because I know Daniel. I was like, he's not going to pick Elden Ring. We'll get it right away, you know.
You do know me with that. I'll do as many as you want. If we can keep going, are we good?
No, we can stop there.
Okay.
I think we all gotta get going here. But yeah, that'll do it for the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 120. And thank everyone so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also catch us on all audio platforms. Abram, you want to pimp out your stuff a little bit?
Yeah, sure. You can find most of my writing just by following me on Twitter at Abram Buhner. I usually post about my stuff for Lost in Cult and for Ninty Fresh there. You can also follow us on YouTube at Backlog Banter, backspace log space banter. And we have a Discord server. Come talk to us in the Discord server. You can not only talk to me, but also Daniel. We're both in there often. Daniel's always in there posting this emote called Dead, where this kid's like lying on the ground because we always say dumb things that upset Daniel.
They're all very young.
Yeah, come upset Daniel. That's the entire purpose of the Discord server.
You're the type of person to get in a shopping trolley and go down the stairs, aren't you?
Me?
No, Abram.
Oh. Like Jackass?
Yeah.
You know, I've only heard of a shopping cart.
Yeah.
Are these similar things?
What a trolley is. I did that down a hill once in a shopping cart. Yeah, it was cool.
I did. I we had this like to end the show. This guy, we had this like big. It was one of the big kids. He was like, "Oh, you get in this car," and I was like, "All right," and he just span it round and then let go, and then the rest was history.
Never saw him again. All right. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, go check out Abram's stuff, and we'll see y'all later. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Peace and love. Peace and love.